Yo, yo, yo. What's good, y'all? How we doing on this fine evening? So, Fire by Justice. Very good song. Like it quite a bit. What's going on? Anything crazy happening? What's up? What's up, Look Up? And Meta Guy. How y'all doing? Um, didn't really have a plan for today. I was just gonna play some 80s and find something to react to. I don't know. I saw that there was a Turkey Tom fucking reacting to his own allegations. Could watch some of that. Um, or just something else. Oh, is Switch off watching the same thing? No, she's still on their fucking waiting screen. It's gonna be there for like 4 hours, I'm sure. Um, no, I'll probably just watch the Turkey Tom thing. Why not? Fuck it, we'll see. But I didn't even look into any of this shit, so who knows? Well, that's gonna be my side. 40 minutes. Okay, that's gonna be a fucking Why is the recommended fucking
I'm sorry
like
that this
5
response
different
took...
reactions to this shit? Jesus. Everyone's saying he beat the allegations. I don't know. I'll have to see it for myself. Here now. Hello, Mr. Anderson, 2112. How you doing? Good to see ya. See about this Turkey Tom thing. Let me switch the. First of all, let me fucking speed this up a bit. It's 40 minutes. Jesus Christ. I mean, we just fucking. Well, fucking watch it. We'll watch the whole thing. Hold on, let me find the right thing. I need to change this to this. That work? No, I see why I did it that way. Okay, hang on. If I do that, But now, does that look right? Hang on. Technical difficulty. Okay, that's good. I think that's okay. Alright, so let's do it like that. And that should work. Let's see this fucking Turkey Tom shit. Is anyone there that even knows about the fucking allegations? But wasn't it just him being like fucking abusive to exes or some shit? I don't fucking know. Let's see. See what this shit is. Let's see if he gooned too close to the sun, as they say.
So long. I wanted to make sure. I'm sorry that this response took so long. I wanted to...
Hasn't it been like a week? It took so long? Is that what we're calling so long these days?
I'm sorry that this response took so long. I wanted to make sure I had all the facts together before saying anything. Recently, I've been accused by an ex-girlfriend, along with an ex-partner, of non-consensually filming sexual encounters, being so rough and inconsiderate during sexual encounters that it bordered on assault, encouraging eating disorders, being into age play, along with a litany of other completely baseless, false accusations. The two women who are accusing me, Sacramento 89, real name Rowan, and Left 4 Dead, real name Katie, took to gossip forum Kiwi Farms to post the accusations.
Real name Katie? Was he leaking her real name? It's a little strange. Is he doxing her?
Along with carefully cherry-picked screenshots to back up their claims. These claims aren't super difficult to debunk just because of the overwhelming amount of evidence I have on my side. So
he has
without
the
further
evidence.
ado, let's start with Sacramento or Rowan. This is a girl I dated for about 7 months, from May of 2025 until January 10th of 2026. 4 days later, she made her first post. Here, she alleges that I am a real freak and like to, quote, record sexual encounters without asking for consent. This is blatantly untrue. I have never recorded any sexual encounter without explicit consent. As a matter of fact, with Rowan, she was the one who initiated the idea of filming sex acts in the first place. On Tuesday, August 19th, after 3 months of knowing each other and being sexually active.
What are these texts? You should get those meta glasses when you crack me. For what? Cracking time? Cracking time. Good night, Tom. Good night, Rowan. Sweet dreams.
Rowan texted me saying,
what?
You should get those meta glasses when you crack me. I responded by saying, for what? And she answers again, cracking time, alluding to me filming her with the glasses onboard camera. Now, at the time, I did not feed into this. I did not show enthusiasm. I didn't even agree to get the glasses. I just responded and said, good night, sweet dreams. So one whole week goes by without us talking about it whatsoever. And then on August 25th, Rowan texts me saying, you should get those meta things for real. So I respond by saying, I think I'm going to avoid filming anything involving sex for a while, showing that...
I think I'm going to avoid filming anything given recent events. I'm paranoid. Over recent events. What recent events? Oh, Naked, you did that before. SMH can't have any first with the ran through nigga. Both these people white, bro.
I'm clearly not the person interested in filming our sexual encounters. She is. As you can see in the text, even when I say I don't want to film us having sex, she pushes the issue. Now, to be clear, we did eventually take videos of ourselves being intimate, but I was given explicit consent every single time. And on a few occasions, she even took the phone out of my hand and was holding it, while filming us. To be clear, there was never a tripod or a hidden camera. It was always handheld, and in every single video, she was clearly aware of the camera, making eye contact with the camera lens. Also on September 8th, Rowan texts me, "I do miss it though," in regards to our sexual interactions. She follows it up by saying, "Send the videos." Keep in mind, these are videos that she claims in present day were taken without her consent. She then goes on to say, and I quote, "I will watch them and keep them close to my heart," clearly indicating she has no problem whatsoever with them existing. I'm an extremely paranoid person when it comes to my personal life and my sex life and my dating life. As a public figure, I just like to keep my private life private. So I was very hesitant to send Rowan any sexual videos we had taken. However, I did send her one single still image from one of the videos where my face is obscured. I guess there was some lingering thought in the back of my mind that if her accounts were not locked down super well, and if she had been hacked, then the videos could have been made public. Now, there's an implication she makes a few different times that I'm basically blackmailing her with these videos.
Somebody asked if you had any intention of getting any sort of like law enforcement involved, but I feel like you answered this where you just want to try to compel him to delete whatever he has on you, and that's like the like the extent of your interest.
Yeah. And if he doesn't, I mean,
Kiwi Farms a live stream?
I don't know. I'm kind of confused about what to do, but we'll see.
At no point anywhere did Rowan provide any proof of me threatening to release these videos of us having sex, or threatening to send them anywhere. So she has no reason to believe that I would ever release them. The idea that I, a person who makes a living as a public figure, would publicly release videos of me fucking my ex-girlfriend to get back at her is so insane. Not only would that incur reputational harm beyond belief, but also serious legal consequences. The only person who has ever sent an image of us having sex to anyone is, ironically, Rowan. Days after I broke up with her, she, without my consent, sent the only image she has of us having sex to the owner of Kiwi Farms. Here, listen to him describe it.
Oh, and one other thing, I forgot about this, but you actually, Sacramento had sent me a picture that was like censored.
Oh, that's the guy.
Apparently the only picture that he would send you is one where his face isn't clearly visible in it. But you can, I can tell the desk, like his computer is moved onto the table, but I can still see like the monster is like on the cozy that's like on the table, like in the exact same position. So I can tell that's clearly his desk.
I guess I just find it ironic that someone who's accusing me of blackmailing her with her nudes literally sent a picture of us having sex to a man that she has never met. Now, Josh recounts seeing this image and talks about how hard it looks like I was grabbing Rowan on the mouth, essentially using it as evidence to support another claim she makes that I'm too rough during sex, which I find very interesting because after I sent Rowan this photo, she texted me saying, "I like when you cover my mouth like that." Again, she texts me asking me to send her the videos, and she says, "Yeah, whenever you're not locked in, send the videos. It will fix me for about a week. Goon sash." This is clear evidence that she has no problem with these videos existing. To this day, she has provided zero proof that the videos were recorded non-consensually, or that I was blackmailing her with them, or that I had any intention of sending them to anyone. Reason being, I never did any of those things. In Rowan's interview, she claims that I never asked for consent to film these sex acts, and says that she wouldn't notice I was filming until 30 seconds to 1 minute into it.
I'm not sure of an exact date, but maybe like 2 or 3 months into our relationship, he never asked me. He would just pull out his phone and record, and I wouldn't notice until maybe 30 seconds in a minute or a minute into it.
Now, I obviously can't and would never show these videos to anyone, but in them, it's undeniable that she is staring directly into the camera from the moment the video starts. She never once questions why I'm filming or what I'm doing, because the reality is that every single time we recorded, I had explicit permission. Ask yourself, how could she possibly have never consented to filming when she's literally holding my phone next to her face as she sucks my dick? In the interview, she says that what really concerns her is that I wouldn't send her any of the sexual videos we took.
I'd asked him multiple times if he could please send me the videos, so like he's not the only one who has videos of me naked, and he either ignored the question or was just like, no.
As I said earlier, I was paranoid to send these videos to anyone, even her, for fear of them leaking. Weirdly, in messages at the time, she
why would
seems
you
to
film them
actually
if
get it, saying, "I want to see
you
them
don't even
videos
want the person you film them with to have
before
it?"
following up by saying that
why the fuck would you even film it? Like, it's just bizarre, but okay. This is literally just to goon yourself, I guess, but seems a little much for that, no?
She actually understands why I'm scared to send them to her. Now we're going to fast forward to October 17th in our text, and Rowan says, "Do you ever go back and watch our videos?" And I reply, "Yes, I do sometimes, actually." Rowan responds that she's thinking about that right now, and then says, quote, "Need that big white cock." It's also kind of strange to me that at the time she
What was? Do you ever go? Oh, I do sometimes, actually.
and then says, quote, "Need that big white cock." It's also kind of strange to me that at the time she referred to them as our videos, but in the present, she's claiming she doesn't even want them to exist. On November 6th, Rowan asked me why I never ask her for nudes. I say I have a bunch of videos already, and that's why. She does not express that she has a problem with me having the videos. She doesn't complain about it. She doesn't say...
Real Kathy Doyle said, "Didn't Destiny film too?" What are you talking about? Sarah saying, "Why can't you have it?" He doesn't want her to send it to anybody, I guess. But then why film it at all? I don't know.
Say they were taken
It's
without
all-
her
Like Target Tom just gets paranoid. I don't know.
consent. In fact,
I mean, fair enough, but
fact,
just
throughout
don't
the
film it in
entire
the first place, I would
relationship,
think.
she was sending me nude photos of herself.
And that's just her
unsolicited
being a
every
retard if she
single
agreed
month.
to
Why would you send nude photos
not
of
have
yourself
it,
to someone you think...
like to film it, but then never getting a copy. It seems retarded to me. I can see why she'd be pissed. I mean, but it seems retarded to, obviously make up all this shit if
could use them
it's
against
accurate.
you. Rowan personally posted dozens of screenshots of our texts, and not a single one shows her bringing up any of the videos being non-consensual. Another interesting fact is that during our breakup, she texted me a pros and cons list, which she apparently had written about me on January 4th of 2026. And in the cons
Based.
section, she complains about a lot of things, but she doesn't mention non-consensual videos whatsoever. With that out of the way, we can move on to Rowan's claim that I was sexually abusive towards her. In that same pros and cons list, Rowan wrote, "Says he likes hurting me during sex and
hold
making
on.
me bleed." Section, she complains about a lot of things, but she doesn't mention non-consensual videos whatsoever. With that out of the way, we can move on to Rowan's claim that I was sexually abusive towards her.
So she didn't mention non-consensually recording videos. Did she not mention being sexually abusive? Why did Tom move on from that? I'm
In that same
curious.
pros and cons list, Rowan wrote, "Says he likes hurting me during sex and making me bleed." This also reflects her public claims about me, but the great irony is that
Okay.
I never even said this. She did. On September 14th, 2025,
shit.
Rowan sent me a text saying,
No,
quote,
you.
"I'm such a freak. I
massive.
like when it
Big if
hurts
true.
and bleeds after. Something Wong." In one of her public-facing posts about me, she posts an interaction which reads as follows. She says, quote, "Like, we don't need to do it 3 times in one day, or do it so hard I hurt and bleed." And I said, "Well, if you don't want to have as much sex, we don't gotta. We can do other things." And she says, "Okay, I like doing other things too." The way this screenshot is cropped, it comes across like I'm some, just super callous freak who's brutally jackhammering her vagina like Steve mining diamonds. But in the
Why
full
did-
uncropped
okay.
screenshot, her immediate response to me after that
It
is,
sounded like that.
"I'm a freak. I say this, and as soon as I see you, I'm going to be freaky again. I can't resist." In the interview, she elaborates on this even more, specifically claiming that she would bleed almost every time we had sex.
Okay, and you would bleed. The
Yes.
same. And you didn't stop.
Yeah, I would bleed almost every time.
This is just blatantly untrue as well, and it's easy to see by going through our text messages. On August 17th of 2025, the day after my birthday, Rowan and I were planning to go to Mass, and she wanted to have sex with me. So she texted me saying, "Tom, I started to go to Mass," and
Go to Mass?
she wanted to have
Okay.
sex with me. So she texted me saying, "Tom, I started my period." I was driving, so I couldn't say much, but I replied by saying, "That
Is he
sucks, I'm
religious?
40 minutes away." She follows up by asking me if I mind getting my sword bloody, and I say I'll be okay. So if it wasn't already clear, she's asking me if I'm okay with getting blood on my dick. Why would this be something she's even asking if every time we have sex, I'm making her bleed? Keep in mind, this is months into us going out and being sexually active, and she's still worried that the idea of bleeding during sex would gross me out. Now, as soon as she began posting about me, people were naturally perplexed by her claim
No,
that
I
she
missed
was
the
bleeding
fish.
from sex every single time. They asked if she had some kind of medical problem, and she says,
Yeah, that's
"I have no
fucking
health
insane.
issue that I know of, never bled during sex before. It was the aggression. Just gave into it after a while and told him I liked it, but I
Okay.
bled after almost every every single time. I feel like most of this statement has already been dispelled, but even the smallest detail of no medical condition that I know of is also false. On September 24th of 2025,
shit.
Rowan
He's leaking
texted
her
me
private
saying she's
medical
going to switch from
information.
her current birth control Nexplanon
Based.
to the pill because she has month-long periods that cause her to bleed. So regardless of sex, Rowan admittedly bleeds for an entire month at a time. One of Rowan's main criticisms is that I'm
Damn.
too rough. In fact,
Jesus.
she describes our sexual interactions as intense, violent aggression every
Mouse like Catholic mouse? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, is he Catholic? Is it a thing that I'm learning now? I guess. I don't know.
single time.
I genuinely did think that he would maybe change and stop being so aggressive, because he told me before that he would like kind of chill out, but he never did chill out, and it kept being the same very intense, violent aggression every single time.
She also alleges that I hit, choked, and beat her without asking, essentially
Whoa.
painting me as an abusive partner.
Unfortunately, I did still stay with him, and I know a lot of people seem to have a lot of questions about that, and honestly, you were
It's a good
completely
question
correct
to
to
ask.
question my judgment as to why I stayed with him, even though he was, you know, hitting and choking
seem
and
pretty
beating me.
retarded.
There's this idea she's trying to paint that in the
Other
relationship,
people
I was
stay in abusive
constantly
relationships
pushing
all the
this
time.
rough, violative sex onto her, and even though she didn't like it and was being abused, she stayed with me. I've seen some people question her saying things like, well, if you hated it, why didn't you just leave? But realistically, sometimes people do stay with abusive
Hey,
partners.
that's what I just said.
But I don't want to invalidate
No
their
way.
stories through my response. The real reason that she didn't leave is because she loved having sex with me, and throughout our entire relationship was constantly begging me to validate her fantasies. In this first
Oh,
screenshot here,
shit.
she expresses that she is a real freak and says that she wants me to kidnap her, even saying, I want to be tied up, taken to the woods, and pounded. So
Based.
maybe there's something wrong with me. I respond by saying that we should not have sex in the woods. She says, you nervous? Right here in this next one, Rowan says, I yearn to be manhandled and led across
Bro wasn't ready for a real freak.
a dark room. That's why I like you. I reply saying, you are like a dungeon person. And she says, you are big like a caveman and I feel small next to you. In fact, anytime I wanted to have more loving,
What?
slow, I guess sensual intercourse with Rowan in the bedroom, she actually had a problem with that. I remember one specific instance where I was being more slow and sensual, and I remember her whispering in my ear saying, I want you to pound me. And that's probably why on June 5th, 2025, she texted me saying, I need to get face fucked for an hour. And I replied by saying, damn, exams suck. On June 7th, she texts me and says, I am excited to get fucked borderline domestic violently. At one point in the interview, she states that one time I was angry at my ex-girlfriend, and that the next time we had sex, I was particularly aggressive. This is a very strange thing to accuse me of, given that on October 13th, Rowan says verbatim, sometimes I...
Wait a minute, I just realized. Hang on. Why is... the people in... oh my god, why is my kick chat not showing up on my multi-chat? What the fuck? Kev, SB7 Metaguy. What's up, guys? Flack? What's up, y'all? Damn. Fucking see, hold on. What did you guys say? What have you guys been saying? Can you give me a TLDR? Just got here. I don't know when you said that, but TLDR, they were saying he's like a fucking crazy sexual abuser or whatever the fuck. He seems to be beating the allegations-ish. Playing with fire. Willie needs accusation to come full circle. That would go hard. That would go pretty hard. Tank Wave, what's up, Flack? Dude's making random BS up a streamer thing. How do these people exist in such a concentration? Yes, it's an intention thing. Nah, Tom Engage was a person like this for months and doesn't see any issues. I mean, yeah, you kind of... not saying he was asking for it, but... jeez. He says, I do not hate you, Flack. How's it going? We have been chilling. You, I'm chilling too, you know? I do not want to domestically abuse you. I do not. That's not true. That is false. False accusation. Hang on, let me move around my stuff a little bit so you guys can, so I can see you guys in kick chat. I don't know why it's not showing up in the multi-chat. What the fuck? It's on screen. Why isn't it on my thing? That's so weird. Fuck it, we'll just do it that way. I guess. No, but I can't have the control. Hold on. You move shit around. That doesn't work now. Why? Streaming is hard, you guys. Streaming is hard. Hang on. I need to fix my multi-chat. Fucking, I'll do that instead. That seems like a better idea. Hang on. Do that, and then I'll do that, and then I'll do this. I'll do this, then I'll do... Oh boy. I think I fucked it up even more. DM me waiting? Wait, what? Oh. Slash die. Whoa, do not slash die in my chat. Do you see that message? This is so toxic. No, delete too soon. Wait, what are you guys talking about? Hello? Zip is schizo. I'm not schizo, Fleck. I'm not schizo. It's not true. It's false. It's fake news. Okay, it's a P7, you can't say that, that gets automated. Why isn't this shit fucking showing up in my, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose it. Zip, it keeps deleting my messages to Fleck. Well, I don't know what to tell you then, unfortunately. I can't even figure out my shit. Okay, here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm doing. Doing it like this. More or less. Okay, I think that'll kind of work. Okay, yeah, I'm booming right now. I am booming. Booming out, okay? It's just how it is. Okay, and then, there. Is that better? You can see the thing? Okay.
Want to fight you.
Now I can see you guys now. Okay. I am booming. Okay. It should work now that I can see all you guys, I believe. Alright. I'll go back a bit. Okay, hold on, I think I missed a bit.
She actually had a problem with that. I remember one specific instance where I
She had
was
a
being more
problem with
slow and sensual. And I remember her whispering in my ear saying, "I want you to pound me." And that's probably why on June 5th, 2025, she texted me saying, "I need to get face fucked for an hour." And I replied by saying, "Damn, exams suck." On June 7th, she texts me and says, "I am excited to get fucked borderline domestic violently." At one point in the interview, she states that one time I was angry at my
Why
ex-girlfriend.
is Zip listening in our DM? I'm not listening in your DMs. I don't know what you guys are talking. What is happening? You guys doing ERP in my freaking kick chat? Based, I guess.
And that the next time we had sex,
Don't
I
play
was
TOS.
particularly aggressive. This is a very strange thing to accuse me of, given that on October 13th, Rowan says verbatim, "Sometimes I want to fight you just so you be more angry when you fuck me." She clarifies, saying, "I do like that though, even without the
Based,
fighting."
hang on.
So at every opportunity, this girl is publicly saying,
so he broke up
"Oh
with
my
her,
god,
right?
look
She's
at all
single?
this
Is that
horrible
what I'm
shit
hearing?
he did to me." And then
making
she's
sure.
texting me that she wants me to kidnap her, tie her up, and pound her in the woods. And if anyone is putting up any resistance to that, it's me. She once again lies about weird little things in the interview. Like she says that I was her second boyfriend.
He was my second boyfriend.
And when I heard this,
So you
I
gonna
was very
say
confused
that
because
she's
she
first?
told me that I was her third. In my opinion, she said this to make herself seem less sexually experienced than she really is, to make the case stronger that I was taking advantage of her. Now, in this next post, she writes, "Again, I'm not alleging anything illegal, just that he would hit and choke because he
Why
was
would
a
she even lie about that? Is it what?
super gooner." Sort of normalize it in my head, but it's definitely not okay to do that. So for information,
Wait, what?
she writes, "Again, I'm not
It's hard because can you please provide proof of the abuse allegations, the allegations of sexual property, etc. I don't think it's that hard of an ask. It's hard because he was very careful about what he said over text, and again, I'm not alleging anything illegal, just that he would hit and choke because he was super gooner. Sort of normalize it in my head, it's definitely not okay to do that. I mean, if it was consensual, then it's definitely okay. But okay. All the proof is in those videos. He had refused to send me or ignored the question when I asked. Katie told me that the picture of the bruise was due to injuries from sex, which I believe, because he would slap both of us. I'm really sorry, guys. Okay, but did you let him though? Okay. Not this goddamn moderator. What are you guys saying? That the Automat is... Whoa! Automat is doing a good job, I see. Jesus Christ, guys. What's going on in there? SB7, zip zip, she's freshly whatever her age is. Be kind. Oh shit, true. It's just streaming this content without my consent. Hey, you give your consent once you typed in Geek Chat, okay? It's not my fault.
Not alleging anything
That's not
illegal, just that he would hit and choke because he was a super gooner. Sort of normalize it in my head, but it's definitely not okay to do that. So for information on how I supposedly normalize this behavior, let's go back to the beginning of our relationship and see what our conversations about sex were like. On Wednesday, May 14th, after only hanging out with Rowan once, she texted me saying she's excited to hang out with me again, and she already knows my penis is massive, without me saying anything sexual to her at this point. So as you
Bro said you're a genius for knowing.
already knows, my penis is massive, without me saying anything sexual to her at this point. So as you might suspect, we did have intercourse on our second date, and after this first sexual encounter, Rowan texts me saying, quote,
As you might
"Rape
suspect.
thing is
Yeah, I
so
suspected
hot.
her, alright.
I never did that before. You should tie me up next time." My response to this is, consensual sex is good. And she says, "You know what I meant by that. I don't know what to call it." So from the very first interaction we have...
Oh, hold on. Hope you made it back safe. I did. It was a nice try, actually. Yay, rape thing is so hot. I never did it before. You should tie me up next time. Hee hee hee. You know what I meant? Oh, brother.
says, "You know what I meant."
This is... Why would... Okay, Tom's a retard. That's what I'm learning. Well, we already knew that one. I actually didn't learn that. I already knew Tom is a fucking retard, but he's even more retarded than I thought he could be. Why would you... If somebody even said that, you're just like, hey, just be very clear, so this isn't in fucking text, that there was any rape thing. Okay, that's what needs to be fucking
I don't know what to call it. So from the very first interaction we have, she calls our sex rape for some reason, saying how hot it is. Which I clarify that it was consensual.
Bro, you were doing fucking... We get it, bro. It was consent on consent. We get it, bro. You don't have to fucking... For some reason. Like, Jesus, bro. Just... We get it, bro. We know what happened.
"I know what you mean." And
We
for the
know it was
record,
consensual.
I never indulged in her fantasy to
Don't
be
say for
tied
some
up.
reason. You know
Just
exactly
not
why.
something I was interested in any way. And we also never did anything in the woods, in case you're curious about that. To hammer this point home, let's go over some more
Theories?
texts where Rowan talks about sex. On Friday, May 16th, she texts me asking when I'm free and says that she needs my, quote, "big odd dick." And I say, "Don't say ah."
Big odd.
She says, "It is, and I need it." On May 18th, Rowan says she's not used to being with someone with as big of a
Oh,
dick as mine.
brother.
She says that it hurt her, but
This is
she
something
wants to do
else.
it again, and she won't be a pussy about it. Some of her public claims about me are more desperate and weird than others. Like she complains that I didn't eat her out.
Like, he never once ate me out, but he would demand that I would constantly suck his dick. And, like, yeah.
But here is a text message of me directly telling her, "Look, I'm a selfish lover," and she says, "It's okay. I like sucking dick more than getting eaten out. I'm a real freak." Despite her acting like I am a like sexual degenerate, repeatedly doing sex
Jesus
acts she doesn't enjoy.
Christ.
Here she is saying, "You match my freak," kind of. Not "you're too freaky" or "we've been too freaky."
Bro, Trick Tom does not match your freak. He might, but it doesn't seem like he matches her freak, okay? She is on another level. Although, it could be that he does. That he's pretending that he doesn't.
She says that I match her freak. Here in this next one, she says, "I'm getting on my knees as soon as I see you, by the way, freak mode." In this next one, I give a little bit of input. I tell her I'm thinking about her pussy. And she responds to me saying, "You gonna tear it up or what?" Now, my question for you in the audience would be, do people who are into slow, romantic, candlelit sex describe intercourse as their pussy getting torn up? I would say probably not. Here in this next one, she says she's going to leave mass early on Sunday to go get some dick. And keep in mind, I don't want to reveal any of this information, okay? I don't want to be saying this. I don't want to be here right now.
Anyways,
and I would never intend on sexually shaming an ex-partner. But she's gone out of her way to not only shame me, but also to lie in an effort to paint me as some gooner, freak, borderline rapist.
Okay.
So let's keep going. Here, Rowan makes a post saying that I am a Patrick Bateman gooner because I flexed in the mirror after we had sex. But the strange part about this is that I have a text of her saying, quote, I keep thinking about how hot it was watching myself take your big dick in the mirror. Gooner as fuck, sorry. Reading through what she says about me publicly, it's like every
fucking goon off right now. Who can fucking expose themselves as a bigger gooner? That's what this was. This was all fucking... This was all an act, okay? That's what this was. The allegations, all fake. It was just... It's all still part of an extended ERP, clearly.
Reading through what she says about me publicly, it's like every accusation she makes towards me is actually some kind of confession to her own behavior. On June 25th, she texts me wondering if she can give me a head after getting her wisdom teeth taken out. She obviously wouldn't be able to do that because it causes your face to swell up like a blimp. And she responds with, no, I gotta do it as much as possible before. Here, Rowan's asking me, am I the tightest, most perfect girl you ever fucked? On July 2nd, she says, I miss that big dick so much.
Wait, why does he need to
I gotta do it as
fucking...
much as possible before. Here, Rowan's asking...
Why does he need to show this shit at this point? What? What is the point of that?
Am I the tightest, most perfect girl you ever fucked? On July 2nd,
I
she
guess,
says,
but
I miss that big dick so much, I'm under spells. On July 5th, I bring up us wearing condoms, and Rowan says, ew, no, and then tells me that she wants me to cream pie her, and that she's a real freak. After I say happy birthday, sweetie, for her 21st, she says that all she wants for her birthday is my big, white... In this next one, she texts me saying, I miss feeling like I'm going to break in half, not gonna lie.
Like, we get it, bro. We get it. You have a big take, bro. What is this?
In this next one, she says, I like when you make me choke on it and call me a good girl.
What I just said, that theory, that's what this is. Okay, it's just fucking who can expose the most shit about themselves.
23rd,
so he's just humble bragging about his own fucking dick.
Can I come over and suck on it Friday night? Which I don't accept. I tell her that I'm busy. She then says, I have the big white cock addiction. Interestingly enough, in this next one, she's asking me if I can have sex with her while holding her in the air, essentially, and tells me that I should try to do it. Once again, a pretty bizarre thing to ask someone to do who allegedly has been abusing you for 3 months by now with overly rough sex. On July 21st, she starts off by texting me, I hate gooner men, and then not even 1 minute later, she says, I need that big white cock. On August 23rd, she says, whenever I wake up without my
actually has rabies? True. Actually, what's up, Elmer Fudd? Give me the TLDR of this video so far. Basically, Tom's a massive gooner, this girl's a massive gooner, she decided to call him a sexual abuser, and Tom's saying, bro, look at this chick, I never did any of that, she asked for it, plus I didn't record anything without consent, plus he has receipts, plus he's very insistent about her being obsessed with his BWC. Not a humble brag, by the way. That's a TLDR.
Fuck, I am sad. On September 2nd, she expresses that she wished she lived closer to me, but if she did, it would be an issue because she would want to come suck my dick all the time. On September 17th, she sends me an Instagram reel of someone praying the rosary. I don't respond, and she follows up by saying, I miss that dick so much.
What is happening?
Here in this next photo, she sends me a picture of her in lingerie with the caption, when it's rape time. And after she said that, all I did was respond with the photo.
This is a simulation. This is actually simulation. What is happening? What are they talking about? What the fuck is this? Hold on, sorry, I'm locked on. My bad. Okay,
be just so much. The rosary, I don't respond, and she follows up by saying, I miss that dick so much. Here in this next...
Wait, did she fucking... Wait a minute. I'm gonna make a seafood boil. I'll pray the rosary.
And she
He ignores
follows up
it.
by saying, I miss that
And she says, and he says, then he responds. And then he responds, oh, brother.
dick so much.
This
Here in this
guy's
next
a
photo,
fucking
she sends me a
gooner.
picture of her in lingerie with the
The
caption,
largest-
when it's rape time. And
This is
after
what I
she
was
said
gonna
that,
say. Biggest
all I
variety?
did was respond with
There's
a
a
photo of
fucking
the movie
expression there.
Just Friends. On Thursday, September 25th at 7:30 a.m.,
what was
Rowan
that?
says, I hope of the movie Just Friends. Rape time. And after she sends me a picture of her in lingerie with the caption,
Wait,
when it's
what?
rape time. And after she said that, all I did was respond with a photo of the movie Just Friends.
What is happening? What? Why did he? Okay. Okay.
On Thursday, September 25th at 7:30 a.m., Rowan says, I hope you come. I got something special for our rape times. I say, change that to consensual sexual
Biggest thing I
encounters,
learned,
and she
okay,
says,
is that apparently she's single. So,
I know.
there's that.
She expands on this particular message and says, are you mad at me? I know it's consensual. So even as we're approaching over 4 months
Not
of being
missing fish this
together,
time.
she's still telling me that our sex is consensual and that she likes it. Now that I've gone through a lot of our messages, I think it's pertinent that we get into the month of October. This is the month that Rowan has publicly claimed that there was one specific incident that occurred during which she asked me to stop having sex with her and I did not. To be perfectly clear, this never happened. But just to have some fun, we can go through our text day by day in
well,
this
if you
month
say so,
to
buddy.
see which day this horrific incident could have possibly occurred. On October 2nd, she texted me saying, you are perfect. On October 3rd and 4th, we hung out. She asked me if I got home okay, and she says that I am her formal date in her heart. She then says that she hates when anyone comments on her body, even in a positive way, and I tell her that she should eat slop and go for a walk and not worry about it, and that she is beautiful. On October 8th,
Bro, I'm not zoomer enough for this shit. What? What? It's much more fun to eat slop and go for a walk and go. What is this guy talking about? What are you talking about? I'm really trying to gain weight because I hate when people talk. Like, would you ever tell a fat person how fat they are? But it's okay for people to come up to you and be like, "You're so skinny, so tiny." More fun to eat slop and go for a walk and go to the movies. He's talking about her fucking. She's talking about fucking, like, oh my god, people were fucking so annoying because I'm so skinny and whatever, and I'm trying to gain weight and whatever. And he's like, just eat some slop, bro.
that she should eat slop and go for a walk and not worry about it, and that she is beautiful.
Oh,
On October
brother.
8th, she continues being sexual, complimenting my arm. She then resends me a meme that says, me if I do not have violent sex very soon. On October 8th, she also says, I miss my handsome husband. Here, I tell her I landed in Texas. She says, I miss sucking on it. She then texts me saying, you gotta start putting rape time in your reminders. On October 9th, she says that she wants to hang out. I say I arrived. On October 10th, she says, let me know when you get back safe. I always have such a fun time with you. On October 14th, she says she wishes she...
Bro, the first time she says rave time, that's, you gotta time out. You gotta hit a timeout, okay? You gotta hit a whistle. I can't do a fucking convincing, like, coach's whistle. Just like a regular whistle, but you go beep, timeout. Do not ever refer to it as that. Do not do that. That's because you're just asking to get fucking basically clip chimped out of your fucking DMs. Jesus Christ.
She was waking up to me in the morning, and she then expresses sadness that I'm not moving closer to the city where she's from to live near her. She then states that her life is that I'm not moving closer to...
Why did he say the city that she's in, and then he didn't block it out in the text? What was the point? What?
the city where
What?
she's from to live near.
The city where she's from. Why would he not just say Austin if it's already on the screen? If you're gonna say that, then at least block it out on the fucking text. No. What?
Her. She then states that her life has improved since meeting me because previous...
Head zips it, brother. I don't know if Jesus could have pulled out of this one. I mean, look. She's single now. That's all I'm hearing. Okay. He keeps talking. That's all I heard.
Previously,
So,
she was
I don't know.
partying and going out, and now she spends time with me. On October 15th, she says, I started my period. I wish I could come suck on it. And that evening, she says, I would kill myself if I had to talk to any other man but you. I say, that's true. I'm a nice guy. And she says, yeah, I'm the bad guy. On October 17th, we've already read this, but this
Oh,
is
Billie Eilish reference.
once again where she says, do you ever go back and watch our videos? And I say, yeah, I do sometimes.
I give any infancy I would want in order to not read these DMs.
Actually, and she
Understandable.
responds to me that she's thinking about that right now and says, quote, need that big
Need to start
white
scheduling
cock.
some consensual time into your calendar.
In the mirror, you
think I
deadass
will
look
not
like
be
the
doing
Hulk
that.
compared to me. Now, one thing to note here is that at no point does she express that the videos were taken without her consent.
I think
Once
I'm good
again,
on
I
that
just
one.
want to
be
have that
honest.
hammered down here. On October 19th, she texted me saying she needs my milk right now. She then says I miss my perfect jacked
Based.
boyfriend, and that night she sends me nudes. At 10 p.m., she sends me a photo of a guy with a clock in his hand and says, I need that dick. On October 21st, I sent her a
TikTok.
bicep photo. She responds saying, you look good, Tom. I can't wait to suck your dick.
This chick is
She says,
funny.
I love you. You're a great
I'll give her
boyfriend.
that.
She then says, you never officially asked me to be your girlfriend, to which I say that we did. On October 23rd, there's proof we hung out that day. She then said, just text me when you get home, bitch.
Oh,
I say that.
brother, why? Yes, I did it in the parking lot of Texas Roadhouse. Oh, brother.
We did. On October 23rd, there's proof we hung out
Bro said, yeah, we actually are.
that day. She then says, text me when you get home safe, and I say, I made it. She also texted me saying, I love when my bed
Yikes,
smells
bro.
like your musk. On October 24th, she says, good night, you're the best boyfriend ever. October 25th, she sends me a photo of herself in a deer outfit and says, meow, I miss Tom's big white dick. That night, she says, I'm going to send you ass pics tomorrow. On October 26th, we've read this one before, but here she says, next time during our epic rape time, you can tie me up.
Why
I
would
say,
you, like,
you mean consensual
why
sex,
are you
and
calling
she
it
follows
rape
up by
time?
saying,
Why are you letting her
you know
call
what
it
I mean,
rape
Tom,
time? What are
rough
you
sex.
doing?
Once again, these are really weird messages to be sending to someone that you now claim is sexually abusing you on a weekly basis. Now that evening, the evening of October 26th, you can see that I hang out at Rowan's house and I sleep over.
You
That-
could simply just not call it rape time. You could simply just not do that. What did she do to your Texas Roadhouse? I guess they just had a conversation about being official. I'm guessing that's what that was. I didn't read that shit. I'm not reading all these fucking DMs anymore.
Then there's a text
I'll
that
take his
shows
word
that I'm
for it, bro.
leaving and mentioned that I took my friend to the hospital. On October 27th, she says that she hopes I'm doing well. She loves me so much. On October 30th, she says that we'll be married in 2 years. October 31st at 12:30 in the morning, she texts me and says,
Oh my god, gonna spread some misinformation. JK, but I'm excited. Gonna hang out soon anyways, don't even consider that. Gonna get married in 2 years, Tom. Yes, I'm joking. Gonna have big company tinsel my hair. Why so serious? Why so serious? Hello. Bro. Did none of the alarm bells go off in Tom's head? Like, he's that retarded? Like, actually? Bro, what? Also, why did not include what was right before this? What was the propaganda and misinformation about? What was she talking about? Also, is there a text missing there? Or was there a space here?
she says that we'll be married in 2 years. October 31st at 12:30 in the morning, she texts me and says, I had an
Also, wait. She didn't say October 30th, we're gonna get married in 2 years. She said that was misinformation. And that she's joking. Huh?
we'll be married in 2 years. October 31st
Only
at
halfway
12:30 in
through
the morning,
cinema,
she
true.
texts me and says, I had a nightmare you broke up with me. Oh my god.
Does he
She then
needs to
says that I
read
should
this?
cut a
He
hole in my
probably has,
Batman
no?
suit for my dick. On October
Guessing.
31st in the afternoon, she says, oh Tom, I yearn for the big white cock. On November 1st at 1:20 a.m. she says, up? No good night? I love you? Yeah, it's fucking over. I tell her that I'm
Fucking
falling
white
asleep.
people,
She
man.
says, you was madly in love with her and not me. I'm gonna myself. I tell her, good night, I'll see you tomorrow. And I then say, do not say anything like that ever again. Now, for a little more context on this specific
Wait, what?
message and what in love with her and not me, yeah, it's fucking over.
Yes, at bar, are you up? No, good night, I love you. Yeah, it's fucking over. What? Why are you tweaking? Hello, is you up? I'm falling asleep. I'm not tweaking. No, good night is crazy. He was madly in love with her, not. She's tweaking because he didn't say good night.
I tell her that I'm falling asleep, and she says, you was madly in love with her and not me. I'm
I'm gonna kill myself. Good night, Rowan. See you tomorrow. Okay, see you tomorrow. Say anything like that.
gonna
ever
myself.
again.
I tell her, good night, I'll see you tomorrow. And I then say, do not say anything.
That's okay. He's fine with rape time. But saying I'm gonna kill myself, now that's where he draws the line, okay? That's where he draws the
Anything
line.
like that ever again. Now, for a little more context, night, I'll see you.
Hope you had a fun day. Love you. Bye bye. What's your sound like that? Good night. I'm so scared. What?
Tomorrow, and I then say, do not say anything like that ever again. Now, for a little more context on this specific message and what she's talking about here, during our entire relationship, she was extremely insecure about the fact that before
I think her demons are helping her through life.
Was with her, I had lived with a girl, and she wanted me to basically show more commitment in the relationship than I was willing to show, as far as like moving physically closer to her.
And
at a few points, she suggested that we move in together, and I said,
just say I was
just
playing
too soon. We're not really ready for that. I don't think that makes sense after dating for just a few months to move in together. So that's the context of this. She would constantly bring up shit and compare herself.
Like, he can just be honest and say that he was playing her. Just nobody would judge you, bro.
To my ex or ex-sexual partners in general, but my ex-girlfriend, and I was like, don't say stuff like that. Like, I'm dating.
He played her, and she got mad.
You right now. Stop worrying about this. So later on in the night, she texts me saying, "Mass is needed. I am such a sweet girl and have love in my heart for you. I know this." And this carries into the morning where she says, "Hi, my sweet love." The next day around noon, she says, "Sorry for being kind of bitchy. Let me know when you're on your way." I say that I have arrived. We take a photo in our Halloween outfits. And on November 2nd, I say that I made it home. And she says that she hopes that I have a good day. So we've now made it through the entire month of October. And there's no indication of any kind of abuse, any kind of mistreatment, or even really anything negative. But almost every single day, she says something about how she loves me, how I'm perfect, how everything is good, and she keeps sending me sexual stuff the entire time without me even asking. At the risk of belaboring the point, I do want to go through a few more messages.
Yeah, you belabored the point,
just so I can confidently show that she was extremely sexual the entire time and never expressed any reservations about the sex we were having. On Wednesday, November 5th, out of nowhere, she texts me saying, "I'm trying to make you nut, I just don't respond."
What? Maybe we can go and run together. We'll help stress and cardio. Running, I don't know, maybe I'll try. Why not? Light jog, maybe. Right now, my heart would explode, but I can try. Lol. I'm trying to make you nuts, so...
November 5th, out of nowhere, she texts me saying, "I'm trying to make you nut, I just don't."
What does he mean, out of nowhere? But she was trying to hop on your dick. The fuck? What is the... Yeah, no shit, it was out of nowhere, but was that fucking... What is that supposed to be?
Respond. On December 12th, she sends me nude.
No huzz, won't last forever. Nude peak. It's a good picture of the tree. Look really hot. Conspiracy gets soon. True.
It's again kind of a weird thing to send to someone who apparently has sexual blackmail on you again, is it not? On December 24th, she says that I am a sweetie pie. She's grateful for me. She wants to make me...
At this point, he is belaboring the point and just fucking leaking shit a little bit. I would think, but I mean, fair enough. You gotta just fucking expose it all, I guess.
Nut again in her words, and she hopes we're married for a long time. On January 2nd, she sends me a naked photo of herself again, unprompted. And the morning of January 8th,
you guys were dating. What do you...
January 2nd, she sends me a naked photo of herself again, unprompted. And the morning of January 8th, Rowan texts me saying that before she comes to visit me, she needs to know that my dick is working. Less than 36 hours later, I broke up with her. So as you can see, the texts don't lie. Rowan was blatantly the more sexual one in the relationship. I've produced evidence of this nearly every single week, and she didn't produce any because there isn't any. But apart from the idea that I filmed her without her consent, and apart from the idea that I was a sexually abusive partner, she actually made some other claims as well. So another claim she made is that
more claims. Oh boy, what are the other claims?
Yeah, I told him very early on, like, hey, like, I've struggled with eating issues in the past, and I'm kind of still trying to gain some weight and make sure everything's okay. And he would tell me, oh,
yeah, he
I
said,
love
eat
how
some
skinny
slop.
you are, I like how small you are, you know, like, I love how your body is, like, skinny, and, like, just say all this stuff that was incredibly hard to hear.
This is also a pretty serious claim, and if true, would undoubtedly make me a pretty fucked up guy. But it's just not true. Here, I directly discourage her eating disorder, even giving her advice on gaining weight. And I say,
he said, eat some slop.
Very bad.
I remember.
This next screenshot, she says she used to be thick, but she self-nuked. I say, you look the same, more or less. I guess you lost some weight, but I think both are attractive. This next one, she says that she feels skinny fat. I say I don't agree, and I say that working out is good. And this next one, she sends me an image that says, nothing tastes as as good as skinny feels, and I say that's a sickening image. Now, for those who don't know,
True.
this is like it's like a pro-anorexia slogan, I guess you would call it. Here in this next screenshot, she asked me if I'd still like her if she gained weight, and I say yes. Here in this next one, I tell her explicitly she should eat more food
Awesome.
and drink protein shakes to gain weight, and I also tell her that gaining weight would be healthy for her, as well as saying, I just want you to be healthy. Here in this next one, I tell her that I find her sexy how she is, but that it could be healthy for her to gain 5 to 10 pounds. So this is now 7 instances of me actively discouraging her eating disorder, despite her lying and saying that I was egging it on. Now, one of the other allegations that Rowan has levied towards me is that I'm into age play. She's not alleging that I did it with her, she's alleging that I did it with another girl named Ellie, who I briefly talked to 2 years ago. Now, there's no proof whatsoever that I did anything close to age play, but I did text her about these allegations, and she clearly states that I've never done age play. An ex-girlfriend of mine named Kai, who I dated for 3 years, she's alleging that I did it with another girl.
It's not alleging I did it.
Ellie, who I
Okay, wait, is this girl single too?
briefly talked to 2 years ago. Now, there's no proof whatsoever that I did anything close to age play, but I did text her about these
I mean, I don't really want to post on Messenger. I don't feel like coming back to social media right now, but you have never done age play, lol. Post yourself wherever it's fine. I'm sorry going through this whole thing. Would prefer you could get people to like leave me out the fuck out of it. We barely dated. I'm gonna try my best to minimize you even being talked about. Yeah. Why is she even in this at all? I'm fucking confused.
allegations, and she clearly
Mr. Anderson, fast food works for me. Yeah, just fucking eat a burger, bro. Duh. It's a joke. It's a lot more complicated than that. SB7, now I've been addressing eating disorder so far. Let me show you a few more screenshots for trying to... Let me context, of course. It's very important context, SB7.
states that I've never done age play. An ex-girlfriend of mine named Kai, who I dated for 3 years, also publicly posted on Twitter saying that I never abused her and that we never did anything related to age play. So this brings the total counter up to
No age play,
5
guys.
people.
He beat the age play
Rowan,
allegations.
Katie, Ellie, Kai, and another random girl I banged a year ago named Maddie, who for some reason came out in the midst of all of this to post pictures of herself in my house. And all of these people say that I never was into this fetish with them. The closest thing I've ever engaged in when it comes to age play is that sometimes girls do call me daddy during sex. It's a little embarrassing given that I am me. I accept that it's something people are going to see as a little bit strange. All I can really do at this point is accept that it's something that I've done, and I think that Rowan should accept it about herself.
What are you talking about? What the fuck is he talking about?
Sometimes girls do call me
It's a
daddy
bit?
during sex. It's a little embarrassing given that I am me.
What?
I accept that it's something people are going to see as a little bit strange. All I
What?
can really do at this point is accept that it's something that I've done. And
That's a bit. Okay, that's a bit. I can't tell if I'm autistic or he's autistic or if it's just a retarded joke. It's a
And
bit. Okay, he's not actually. I just have to
I
accept
think
it.
that Rowan
Yes.
should accept it about herself
cares?
too,
The
given
fuck?
that she also called me daddy during sex and over text repeatedly. In the same vein as this accusation, Rowan stated, "One more
What?
thing to add I thought was odd. Never really expressed any interest in Hello Kitty or that type of e-girl stuff, but I had like one Hello Kitty figure in my car. As a gift, Tom bought me Hello Kitty pajamas and a bunch of Hello Kitty stuff." So Rowan essentially wants
Yeah,
to
we
believe that
know
I'm
Tom
pushing
likes
Hello
Hello
Kitty
Kitty
onto
girls,
her
okay.
as if I have some kind of weird fascination
it.
with it. But the truth is that I am a 23-year-old man, and I don't give a fuck about Hello Kitty, okay? The only reason I bought her
Yeah,
anything
right,
Hello
bro,
Kitty
right.
themed at all, which was once, by the way, was because she frequently expressed interest in it. Here she is sending me a photo with a Hello Kitty figurine next to her printer. Here she is sending me a photo with a hand-drawn and
shit,
colored
he
Hello
got the
Kitty image on her
receipts.
wall. Yeah, she made these herself. Here, in regards to her decorating my room, she says, "No Hello Kitty," with a frowny face, and I say, "Correct." And something interesting about these texts is that she shows that she has a poster of the movie Lolita on her wall. I wonder what the movie Lolita could possibly be about. This film is about a middle-aged professor who
What
is
the
sexually
hell?
attracted to adolescent girls he calls nymphettes. He rents a room in the house of a young widow to get
Why
closer
is he
to
just
her
we know,
14-year-old
bro, we
daughter,
know.
Dolores Hayes Lowe,
We
whom
get
he
it.
calls Lolita. Obsessed with the girl, he eventually gains control over her after he takes her.
Why is he
cross-country.
still going?
Rowan even says that I should watch this movie, to which I reply that I feel like it's a movie adult men aren't supposed to see. In this next screenshot, Rowan asks me, if I start dressing like a weird Hello Kitty e-girl, would you still fuck with me? And I replied, no, I don't want you to do that. I find it kind of repulsive.
That's a lie.
Here, Rowan is texting me
That is. I'm gonna have to hold on. Let me check. Let me check something real quick. Hold on. Yeah, let me look over here. Checking here. Yeah, that's a fucking lie. Yeah, he does not find that repulsive.
I
That is a
replied,
fucking lie.
no.
That's a lie. It says, I beg you to stop that? Yeah, bro. You'd be begging, alright. You'd be begging.
Oh,
That's
I don't
for
want you
damn
to do
sure.
that. I find it kind of repulsive. Here, Rowan is texting me upset that she has to take down all of the Hello Kitties from her dorm room. And this next one is probably the strangest reference to Hello Kitty out of all of them. Here, she's sending me a video that says, get you a man that takes you to the Hello Kitty hotel. And under it, she writes, imagine the rape here. And I say, I will not imagine. Now, with some of the more insane projections and lies out of...
Well, like, what? Like, if you're gonna engage in this way, if the way that you're engaging is, I won't. Like, just tell her to stop saying it. What is the fucking? You're retarded. You're a retard. You're dumb. You're stupid. Holy shit! This fucking Tom guy. Turkey
I
Thomas.
say, I will not
What is wrong with you?
imagine. Now, with some of the more insane projections and lies out of the way, I'd like to get into some strange details that Rowan also decided to lie about for whatever reason she may have. One thing that a lot of people pointed out that's strange is that Rowan had taken a photo of us matching on Tinder before we met in person.
Yeah, I took a picture of a match because I could kind of tell there was like something weird about this guy. Like, I didn't know if he was famous or whatever. And also, I did that to other people as well on Tinder.
What?
Just like everybody you matched with to like gossip with, like girlfriends.
Yeah, like a couple of them. But yeah, he seemed like kind of weird, so I took
He
pictures
seems
of our
weird.
match.
She's also stated
Owned.
repeatedly that she's not a
He's
very
owned.
online person multiple times throughout her testimony. But the wild thing about this is, Rowan had sent me a message on my YouTube connected Instagram all the way back on February 21st of 2024, 15 months before matching me on Tinder, where she said, you have to do a video on this crazy guy on Twitter who only has like 3,000 followers, but this man is a menace. I even confronted
menace.
her about this when we first hung out.
Get me pictures of this guy. He's a menace.
Followers.
Get
but
me
this man
pictures
is
of
a menace.
Spider-Man.
I even confronted her about
Is that
this
what
when
was
we
happening?
first hung out because I found it very strange that she lied to my face when she first met me and said she didn't know who I was. I said, hey, I looked at our messages on Instagram and saw you DM me over a year ago. Rowan said, oops, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't want to tell you, but I watched one of your vids a while ago.
That didn't do. Oh my god! What is he? There absolutely zero self-preservation, zero survival instincts. 100%. Like, what is he doing? What is he doing?
You were cute. but
You're better than this. He's not, but you can be better next time. What is happening? Oops. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't want to tell you. I watched one of your vids a while ago. I thought you were cute, but I thought it'd be awkward. It's okay. I was just surprised. I know it probably looked crazy a little bit. I mean, it's okay. I just wish you told me. That's all. I didn't want to cause. I thought it'd be weird. Kind of learned some stuff. I was like a niche internet Microsoft and Twitter for a little bit too. I'm chronically online. I don't want to admit. Lol. I've gotten better. It's okay. Yeah, I'm not like mauling or anything. I was. What? Why is he talking about mauling? It just fucking be normal. Why? What? This can't. Do people actually talk like this? Is this for real? Am I just not zoomer enough? What is this? What is Tom doing? Destiny would have turned her down at this point. Most normal people. You don't have to appeal to Destiny, okay? Most normal people would turn her down at this point. Or say, hey, what the fuck?
I thought it would be
At
awkward.
least. But he's not reacting the way he should be reacting at this point.
I responded, that's okay, I was just surprised. She replied, I know I probably look crazy. I said, I mean a little bit, it's okay. I just wish you told me, that's all. She answered, I didn't want to because I thought it would be weird. I'm sorry. Kinda lied about some stuff. I was like a niche internet micro celebrity on Twitter for a little bit too. I'm chronically online and didn't want to admit it, lol. I've gotten better about it. Once again, this is just another detail that it doesn't even make sense to publicly lie about, but it's just one of those things that makes me question her intentions throughout the entire relationship looking back. Publicly, she's also misrepresented the end of our relationship.
Fuck, I'm muted. No. It's not one of those things that should make you question her intentions. Looking back, it's one of the things that at the time should have made you question her intentions. What the fuck is he talking about? He's actually just retarded. Number 5. If she lies about not knowing of me and it's not just a casual hookup, you end contact immediately. Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Tensions throughout the entire relationship looking back. Publicly, she's
King.
also
That
misrepresented
was
the
weird.
end of our relationship. In the interview, it stated that our breakup took place in December and that after that she realized how bad it was and she felt the need to contact Katie, who we're gonna get into later. This is blatantly untrue. We broke up on January 10th of this year, 2026, and she began posting about me on January 14th,
This year?
literally days later. She says the breakup was kind of mutual, an idea that is just bitterly ironic because that's not the case. Immediately after I told Rowan that I wanted to break up with her, she began threatening to
Close.
post about me online and even began attempting to blackmail me into
Yeah.
having sex with her again.
Fucking.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Wasted
To
a
you. I
fucking
just want to move on
podcast.
from our relationship and
Having sex
Wait,
with her
what?
again.
I don't-
To post about me, not the case. Immediately was kind of mutual, an idea that is just bitterly ironic because that's not the case. Immediately after I told Rowan that I wanted to break up with her, she began threatening to post about me online and even began attempting to blackmail me into having sex with her again.
I don't know what you want me to say to you. I just want to move on from our relationship and have you go be in your
Fuck.
corner.
That's
You can meet other guys and it'll be fine. I'll go meet other girls. We'll just break. We'll break
No,
up.
no, you won't, because I'm gonna make it hard for you to ever be in a relationship
Why?
because you don't deserve one.
Why?
He's provided him with
Piece
the
of shit.
fucking Gangnam Style.
Why?
Despacito.
Because our whole relationship, you act like everything is all about you the whole time.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You don't give a fuck. You're just an awful guy, and I'm so sorry that your mom raised you. Seemed like a nice lady, but clearly she did something very
Mama raised you. Mama owns you a little bit.
wrong.
Oh, bro.
Okay, Rowan. I just want to move on and have my life, and you'll move on and have your life, and we can be in our own corners. We don't have to do damage to each other. We don't have to cause each other any more anguish.
Well,
Okay.
I just want to see you again.
That worked out.
Like, do you think we'll
Right.
ever be able to see each other?
After the way these conversations have gone today, I really don't think so.
The
Why?
conversations? Multiple? And he didn't record the other ones, but he recorded this one?
Because you're like threatening to blackmail me.
I'm not. Well, if you don't come see me, then I will.
I stated blatantly that I did not want to have sex
Yo,
with her.
Yeah, they're made for each other,
I
bro.
didn't want to be with her
They're
anymore. I just
definitely-
wanted out of the relationship. This is something she was completely unwilling to accept, and that's why
This
after I
fucking
stopped talking to her, she proceeded to
IQ
call me
matching
over
right
30
here.
times and texted me 80 times with no response. She is publicly claiming to be a victim of sexual abuse while begging me to fuck her again.
Like you've done all this like weird
Nice.
shit. Like I don't like it. Like you're so weird. You treat me badly, especially during sex. And like over the phone, I just listed everything that he had done wrong, and he was like, "Well, you can leave me if you want." And I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna
True.
leave you."
Just leave me.
That's basically what
Simple.
happened.
But there was no like specific like. Did you guys talk at all between breaking up and then?
Tom and I.
Yeah.
I don't believe so, because I blocked him.
Even this detail is also so insane. While it is true that once she started to lose her mind, I did stop talking to her, she continued speaking
Started
at
once
me,
she started to lose her mind? All right,
alternating
bro.
between
Like,
begging
like the fact that he's still talking about it this way, like you were retarded. He's delusional. He is still delusional. He's still deluded. Bro. Her mind was lost from the get-go, brother.
and
How does
I
he not
did
understand
stop
that?
talking
Still.
to her. She continued speaking at me, alternating between begging me to forgive her for breaking up with her, saying she wanted to have sex with me again, and sending me psychotic text messages filled with lies that she came up with once I dumped her. Now, with Rowan dealt with, the next person I'd like to address is Clorox Katie. Katie's a girl I had a brief sexual relationship with
dealt
2
with?
years ago,
Okay.
and she began posting about me on the same day as Rowan. Now, back when we were hanging out, she flew all the way from California to Maine to hang out with me twice. In the interview, she describes her time with me as the worst experience of her life.
And then you fly back. And how did that go? How long did you stay?
Horrible. That was the worst experience of my life, I think.
And she also took to the forum to make some posts about me. Yes, Tom is extremely harsh during sex. I've been down the kink roads in my life, and how he acts is actually just evil and almost sadistic. Not even kinked up, just actually a Patrick Bateman type gooner. When asked how things between us ended, here is what she had to say. I just truly thought he was a cringe who definitely was gonna beat me later if I stayed around. We only had a 2-month fling, but even my insane ass was scared.
Wait, what?
Who definitely was gonna beat me between us ended, here is what she had to say. I just truly thought he was a cringe who definitely was gonna beat.
What? Why did... Why did he say it if he was gonna fucking burn? Okay, whatever. Okay, yeah, cringe F-slur. And he said it and then, like, censored it? I don't know why he said it in verses, but okay. Mr. Anderson, did she ever have it? That's what I'm saying. She did not ever have it. She was always lost. For some reason, he thinks that's not the case. It's retarded. Bad Automod, what did you say that? Automod, stop what you saying. It's probably a good Automod, but true on her phone. Once you start clicking at rape time, your item ruined. Yep, it's pretty true. Dumb Automod. AI modded for bullying. Curious.
Beat me later if I stayed around. We only had a 2-month fling, but even my insane ass was scared of how he acted, and he was also just stupid. I hated conversation with him. He was just extremely weird to me and also evil as fuck during sex. Naturally, people asked her why she hadn't reported me to the police, and her response was, I thought about the police and looked into it, but again, it being across my own state lines and in Maine, it would have had to been filed there, and I lived on the opposite side of the country, so it just didn't seem feasible. These claims are once again so absurd to me that the best way to dispel them is to just look through our messages together. In these two DMs, you see that Katie comes to visit me for the first time on January 20th and leaves on January 23rd. She comes to visit me, she says she's excited, she then goes home, and after leaving my house the first time, she immediately texted me saying, I had so much fun, Tom, you can kidnap me whenever. I feel so alone in my bed. She then says that she has to come back. Now, days after coming the first time, she sends me nudes. Once again, this is kind of a weird thing to send to somebody that you're claiming is recording sex with you without your consent. Why would you send this person nudes? She then sends me nudes a second time, says she needs it, says so starved, so deprived, and she says that she misses me so much. I say let's hang out in March. She says I'm down, but waiting until March will be so hard. On February 1st, Katie says that she misses me. On February 2nd, she slides up on my story and says she is counting down the days until she can see me again. She then says that she needs to see me ASAP, and she misses all the things about me. On February 4th, she says she wishes that she woke up cuddling me. On February 8th, she says she wants to have sex with me again. Once again, this is after the first time we hung out. February 18th, she says she's going to swallow me, and she then sends me naked photos of herself willingly. Keep in mind, once again, she's accusing me of recording sex with her without her consent, and then she keeps sending me naked photos of herself. She even sent me a video, by the way. She says, I need you right meow. I need you ASAP. February 22nd and February 24th, we have I miss you and are you home yet? February 28th, she slides up on my story and says, I'm gonna suck you so good. She then says, I need to see you now more than ever. Lots of hugs and hot sex. On March 2nd, she says, I like you lots, and I reciprocate. She says she can't wait to see me again. She then says that she's excited to see me that coming Saturday. In the next screenshot, I say, your pussy's gonna be so sore. And Katie responds with, good thing we had to wait a while, because then I can take a beating. She then says, I'm ready for you to throw me around. Now, when we were discussing how many days she would want to stay, she says, as long as you want, and that we'll have so much sex and party so hard. And she then once again expresses how excited she is. On March 7th, she sends me a barrage of unsolicited sexual photos, including her with BDSM leather on her butt. On March 8th, she says all she can think about is me, and she can't wait for my dick to be down her throat. And on March 10th at 7 in the morning, which is 4 a.m. her time, she says that she is so excited to see me that she cannot sleep. Now, with the Instagram messages out of the way, we can move on to the text messages. So on March 10th, this is the second visit, right? Prior to getting there, she says that she is starving for me. Now, March 15th, this is when she leaves. She says I still have her toothbrush, but that I have to let her come back. Now, keep in mind, Katie, in her own words, said that this second time visiting me was the worst experience of her entire life.
Horrible. That was the worst experience of my life, I think.
She basically describes being physically abused in the interview. She even says that while we were having sex, she would ask me to stop doing something, and I wouldn't. But that did not happen. You may also recall her stating that she ended things with me because I was such an insufferable person to be around. She claims that after the second trip, she began to realize she was a victim.
Yeah, and that's kind of like when things really started piecing together to me that I was like, wait, I think I am a victim right now. Like, something's not right here.
In her words, this is why she stopped talking to me. She says that she was scared of me. She says she was scared that I would beat her. Well, on March 20th, which is after the second visit, she texts me saying, Tom, I really like spending time with you, but I'm kind of worried about if you actually like me or just using me. Lol. I'm just BPDing, and so I'm tweaking and need reassurance. Are you just having fun with me, or do we have something? To which I respond, well, I like you, and I think you're cool, and perhaps we even have something. However, I would make a bad boyfriend, so I don't really want to date anyone officially, I guess. Yeah. I was abundantly clear with my intentions with her.
So he played
I did
her.
not want
Just
anything
say you
serious
played
with
her,
But
bruh.
apparently, this is the period she began to realize the true extent of my abuse, which is probably why after we had already hung out the second time, Katie tries to arrange a third meeting with me, saying she wishes that she was in Ohio, where I was at the time, and I did not reciprocate. After this proposition, she slid up on my Instagram story 12 times over the next 10 months, and I did not slide up on her story once, not a single time. So ask yourself,
Who
these texts sound like a
cares?
girl
Is
texting
that
a guy
important
she
to the
finds
story?
evil and sadistic, a guy that she was even debating going to the police about?
I
Because
did not slide up on her story. I did not do that. Yeah, Jesus. I did for 8 minutes. Did I miss anything? More text? Just him being retarded still. Less than asking, is this a W Tom or L Tom situation? It's an L Tom situation, because he's retarded and should have known that these people were fucking like this. It's just, I'm not saying he deserves it, but bro, like, what do you think was gonna happen exactly?
to me, it seems crystal clear that she enjoyed our time together and even wanted to hang out a third time. You gotta keep in mind here, she flew across the entire North American continent twice, from California to Maine to see me. After the second time, she wanted me to be her boyfriend. I didn't want to, and she then repeatedly made efforts to contact me and
then you
hang
kept
out with me
hanging
again.
out with
Now,
her.
to close
What-
out
like,
the video,
what
I
are
think
you-
I'd like to share some interesting
are
texts
you
that Rowan
doing?
sent me about her dear friend Katie, as they're both accusing me of, I mean, whatever
Is
it
this
is.
Tom's Lauren
Lauren Delaguna?
Delaguna?
After she saw that I was following Katie on Instagram, she messaged
No,
me on
because
December.
like Lauren Delaguna like deluded herself into being let on, but this guy was fucking like dating and like having a relationship with this bitches. Like what?
September 8th, saying, "Did you know Clorox Katie tried to fuck Jet Neptune?
Like,
Those
bro, how
girls too
retarded are
make
you?"
themselves easy targets with the hair and piercings because they have sexual trauma." She then says, "They complain about sexual assault a lot because they will fuck anything that breathes." 1 month and 2 days later, I broke up with Rowan, and in the middle of her unhinged tirade about me, she told me that she would be messaging as many girls I had been with as possible to try and find whatever dirt she could so that she could run to the
Girl
internet about
tactics,
it.
hell
Now, I've seen a lot of
yeah.
people say things to the effect of, you know, Tom's a hypocrite. He gooned.
True.
And
He says never goon, and he gooned.
you're right. I did goon. Okay. I
He
did not
gooned.
stop gooning.
Whoa, he just owns
so
it. Okay.
Maybe in the
Interesting.
end, the hats are more relevant than ever. Anyway, that's about it. I've said everything I need to. Goodbye.
I don't even know those things.
That's it. Just I did goon. Gay chat, I guess. Okay, cool.
These people were brought to our country.
I do not want to watch this right now. We're in fucking drama slot mode right now. Hang on. What else is there going on? Is there more drama slop to be slopped up? I mean, that video was pretty retarded. I mean, that's just... Like, went into it knowing Tricky Tom's a retard. Left it. Definitely a retard. Yeah, but both Tom and Tiny rejected the idea of having a relationship with them. But he had, well, with Rowan, he had the relationship with Rowan. He did. That was just, that he was doing it. I'm referring to you AM on it, but said, like, 80% of this sounds like Tom just talking about how big his dick is. Yeah, pretty much. It's just humble bragging a bit. On that one. Which, you know, fine. You know, do what you gotta do, but... Brother, why? Just, you didn't need to say all that. You really didn't. Like, let's be for real. Is Food Shop Steve live yet? She was gonna watch the thing too, right?
To lose the same weight that you want to lose. You don't need to have one. Okay, it's not required. It's
She said about the
stupid
weight
how
gain shit. Don't care. What else we got? Recommendations on what I should watch. Let me see. Anything crazy? Oh no, man! It's just kind of a slow bit. I've been kind of unplugged for a few weeks. A lot of stuff happened. So Destiny debated fucking Drew Pavlo. That seemed funny. Kari got it as a pedo, but I don't know if there's any like anything to be said about any of that, you know? Just kind of happened. Came and went. Just how it is. Go through that Mizkif VOD where he goes through Tectone's court doc. How long is that? Ro disappeared. Who, me, Kang? Yeah, kind of. Just busy and then doing shit. Should be more available now. Last Stand. So the situation that Tom and a girl did the deed, but once it became clear Tom didn't want to relationship with the girl, once Schizo made up allegations. No. They were dating. They were together. He specifically pointed out it was official. They were boyfriend girlfriend. He was in a relationship with one of them. Now then she went and found past people who also had shit to say about Turkey Tom, and that was the last one that you're talking about, was that she didn't want to date him, and so I guess that's probably why she was pissed. But the original thing that like fucking 80% of the video was about was the one girl, Rowan, who he was dating and fucking was an insane person the entire time, and he for some reason just kept being with. Why do this? Why do that to yourself? It's retarded. And he's retarded. He's a retard. It's that simple. I just joined like 8 minutes ago. Oh, okay, then yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you missed the whole first 80% of the video is about one girl, Rowan, who he dated, and it's just him posting texts about her talking about how big his dick is, and then I don't even know, and calling shit, saying, "Oh my god, I can't wait for rape time." Like that's a normal fucking thing to say. And he's just not engaging, but he doesn't tell her to stop fucking saying that because it's fucking deranged. Like, okay. Umberfun, how long is the Biscuit VOD thing? Is there a YouTube video of that? Miskiff Tecton? I see. I'm sorry, Tecton. 17 hours ago, 13-minute video. And a Tecton video 9 hours ago. I'm sorry, Miskiff. Okay, that seems pretty fucking cringe. Should I just watch these two videos? Just fuck it.
Well, I would say at a certain point, I looked up the Miskiff. I absolutely did.
Tecton, you lied about having schizophrenia.
It's morbid time, but it's sexual assault. Exactly. Last Stand. You got it.
For 15 years and used it against everyone around you, including your ex-wife and your ex-girlfriend and probably your current girlfriend, and then you just randomly found out one day that you don't have schizophrenia. But I know everything, Tectone. I know everything you've said and done in the last 2.5 years in Austin, Texas.
But no, I used to enjoy hanging out with Miskiff off stream and playing Mario Tennis. I remember this one time he made me stay at his house, and I couldn't leave his house until I won Mario Tennis, and then he beat me 22 times in a row.
Wait, did we fuck up? Wait a minute. Maybe we fucked up. You guys like my tweet? Schizophrenia cured? Breaking. Local Twitch streamer Tectone has cured schizophrenia. Tectone on stream announces after 15 years of battling schizophrenia, seeing people, almost killing people while driving, seeing faces melt, and using it in court under oath, Tectone announces he doesn't have schizophrenia as of yesterday. The cure. Multivitamins, 3 fish oil pills, and some vibes.
He did it, guys.
Isn't that perjury what he did? That's perjury, right? I cannot... I don't want to talk about Tectone, but it's honestly just so fucking funny at this point. It's perjury what he did. He lied under oath that he had fucking schizophrenia, and then he doesn't have schizophrenia. And apparently he said even more crazy shit today. We'll go through all of it today, chat, and then I'm done with Tectone, bro.
I mean, how do you know I wasn't one of his
done with this guy.
Spoiler alert, guys. I lost a civil case. I did. I did. Hey, I did. And we're going to talk about... I lost. It's true. It's true. And we're going to talk about everything. What is a civil case? So a civil case is essentially a vibe
case. It's not a vibe check. It's a court case.
He's so mad. He's so mad.
He's definitely mad.
Purposely gets his girlfriend to come in the room the second he goes live so that way it looks like he's a family man. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up, dude. He does all of it on purpose.
The main reason why I've been gone for 5 months, supposed to be 2 months, I was deeply unwell.
Nope, that's not it. The reason why he was gone is because his lawyers told him, dude, you don't stop talking about Pink so fucking much. You keep bringing her up despite the fact that she has a restraining order on you and a cease and desist that you need to stop streaming. Because you stream every day, bringing her up 12 times, and the more you do that, the more she's going to use the case against you and destroy you. So, Tectone stopped streaming about 7 months ago because he...
multiple hours of just Miz going through the transcript. Jesus fucking Christ. At that point, I'd rather just go through it myself, but it's not worth going through? Jesus. Was in my head to come to a consensus they don't have schizophrenia.
His lawyers told him to stop, and it was a Hail Mary play to possibly win the court case, and he lost.
Explain the micro We're gonna talk about the micro. Oh my god! Don't worry, guys. We're talking about the micro.
Oh, by the way, I lied, guys. I haven't been. The reason I've been gone for the past few weeks is because I was actually the guy that Miskiff hired to go stalk the court case and get the transcript or the fuck. Real. By the way, that's what I was doing. Just kidding.
Allegations later.
He's gonna get to it shortly.
Yep.
Yeah, do it.
I know. The turning red.
Do I care that much?
I mean, the blood's not flowing anywhere else, boys. Like, what do you want me to tell you?
Should I care enough about this to do all that? How long is it? Is it like a fucking 20-page thing or like a fucking 200-page thing?
I mean, the blood's not flowing anywhere else, boys. Like, what do you want me to tell you?
So I'm just saying, like, whip it out. Okay, I'll whip it out. You can't see it. All right. Okay. Just.
He did not deny it, bro. If I got accused of having a micro, I would literally just show you the outline of my and be like, I don't have a micro. I don't like what?
I wanted to do this stream to kind of address the elephant in the room. For the rest of this PowerPoint, we are under oath. We got to fucking talk about this whole 5-lawyer thing, okay? I'm going to hope that this is on here. Dude, every single time people tell me I had 5 lawyers, I had 1. I have a criminal lawyer, and then I have a Jewish lawyer, and they don't work together.
What? Okay.
This is just what I believe I've been told by my lawyers, which for some reason people think I don't have. I have 3 of them. I don't know why people think I don't have lawyers. Well, no. 3, and I'm about to get a 4th.
All right, so since he's under oath, he's lied twice.
Schizophrenia is tough, man.
Is it 2 or is it 3?
He's got 2 lies so far.
Did I say I had 5 lawyers at some point? If I did, I don't know why the fuck I said that, because I don't. Okay, the most I've ever had is 3. Maybe I was trolling to just seem like fucking big. I had 1. And then I had like another chick that would like write notes down for him. Like, I'm rich, but I'm not 5 lawyers rich. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, chat, I guess it was 1 lawyer and the 3 ghosts of Christmas past. Like, I don't know what the fuck Tectone's trying to act like he just didn't say that twice, but whatever.
Bro, the other thing is, bro, if you were to just see what is publicly available, you'll see that I only had 1 lawyer. Anyways, wait, your ops lied? Wait a minute. Are you telling me that people who don't like me and want to ruin my life lied about me?
No way.
I can't take this shit seriously anymore. Yes, I did those
things.
Yes, I did that.
To 20 minutes. What is it like? Hang on. If I open this, how long is this shit? Is no time. 10-hour VOD? Nah, bro. I can't. It's a timestamp to 20 minutes. Say we go to 20 minutes.
Yo. Stop stalling.
Brother. Okay. Holy whole time he's going to... No, I can't do that. I can't do that.
If you didn't know that.
I simply not. I'm a part-time streamer. I'm a full-time streamer. Jesus Christ. Hours.
I made her buy prescription pills. Are you telling me they lied about my lawyers? And he goes full cam for this. Like, it even fucking matters, dude. It matters at all that anyone would lie about that.
Hey, did you know said this about you? Can't believe you did it.
Is he trying to refer to me because I said he had 5 lawyers?
It's 12:30 in the morning already.
This is real.
Man, I'm
no
shocked.
way.
Are you going to jail?
Like 3 more minutes or something.
Oh my god. Oh.
Just don't see today. I
have seen so many people on Twitter tell me and inform me that I'm going to jail. Yes, there are.
It was colder in Florida than Alaska the other day. You guys know that? Holy shit. Yeah, I'm feeling fucking in the sniffles.
There are people who literally that I'm going to jail. Yes, there are people who literally think that I'm going to jail. I want to make this very clear, okay? And I'm going to say this one time, and I'm going to move on. Guys, there was already an 8-month police investigation on me. They found nothing. The case was suspended. I have no criminal charges. I was not convicted of any crime because I didn't fucking do anything. So no, I'm not going to jail.
Yeah, it was suspended. It wasn't dropped. He was just lying. That's another lie. That's now we are
Literally
we have
lying.
Two more.
Still lying.
I'm not gonna lie. This some bullshit. This some bullshit.
Sounds
bro.
like this guy
These
is lying.
motherfuckers, they took my
Curious.
fucking guns. What can I
They
do?
took
I
my
believe in America
guns,
where
man.
we have the second fucking amendment. They took my damn guns. Now
They
Mango
took
ain't got
my
nothing to do. To me, I don't really
guns.
care.
You don't care, bro.
He
You
doesn't
know that's the
care.
most important.
I'm
That's
not
like
mad,
not
I'm
having
not
your
mad,
wand
guys,
if you
I'm
go
not
to in Harry Potter. You don't care. You right-wing grift. You need your fucking guns to act all tough. If you don't have that, then how the hell are you gonna go to anything? You're fucked.
No guns.
Talking down
Feels
right-wing
bad.
grifting.
Can I
We're gonna have
still
to
wait,
go
guys?
down
Can
that
I still
path,
play
so.
Fortnite? Do we have any lawyers in chat? Can I still play Fortnite?
Phase
or no?
1 complete.
No guns. Okay. All right. We'll do melee only in Fortnite and PUBG.
So unfunny. It's just
Great
like it's
question,
not
though.
even a good joke. It's just so bad. Are you really trying to make a Fortnite joke, bro? Like, God, it's just so unfunny.
Miskiff, you are the king of unfunny.
Oh
lines.
my god.
This is literally retard to
Okay.
retard. I don't.
Now that my
What's happening?
life is all out there, you know, it's great. Well, let me rephrase that. Now that my lack of life. Yes, that is true. Now, okay, I am a very straight man. I did find
That sounds. If you gotta
a
say
little
it.
bit icky. Can we be honest?
If you
that
gotta say it.
weird looking until they have at least. Like they're
Okay,
fucking
that's
ugly.
easy,
Like
props.
am I nuts
Oh,
here?
easy Hades
Bro,
defeat.
you like spit in women's mouths.
Easy.
That was hot.
Bro, no, dude, I don't know.
You found nothing. Well, they didn't find enough to guarantee a win, so they stopped.
Oh, man, like if some woman were to send me like a pic, like what the fuck am I gonna do with that? I don't know. Maybe I'm gay. I don't know. I don't think I'm gay. I'm probably not gay. I could be gay. Yes.
I think he's gay.
Made me
Certain things
go
gay,
ew
guys,
icky
to be
for a
honest.
while. Listen, guys. I had
I'm just gonna
experienced
say it. I think
trauma when
starting
I
to
was
think
younger that made
he might be gay.
weird.
No, there's nothing wrong.
Okay, yes. They're weird to me. Okay, moving forward. The micro. Okay, this music.
Okay, so he just didn't say anything. He just said that he thinks they're weird. Okay. Why isn't he fucking the asshole then? Nothing makes sense, dude. He could just literally use a toy on her if he's really so scared. I don't know. He can like do there's he can just or he can pleasure her. He doesn't have to have with her if he really is that traumatized with women.
This is good. Whip it out. There ain't much to whip out, brother. Now, I've thought about this, and we're going to have to figure this out. For some reason now, the internet must know, do I have a micro or not? I've thought about a couple options. Number one, I was thinking about just posting a photo of my on Twitter.
No, he wasn't. That's 6 lies.
Probably not the greatest idea. Didn't seem like it worked. Worked really well for Drake. Worked really well for Speed. For me, don't think it'll work because I'm not full black. I'm only 22% black.
That's a lie right there. He's not black at all.
I thought about getting hard on stream, turning around, shoving my in a peanut butter can or a jar, and then showing you guys how deep the hole is. But I feel like that's also just a little bit weird. I don't know how to clear up the micro allegations, guys. I don't know what to do. Mizkiff continues to say that I
Prove it,
have
bro.
5 fucking lawyers.
You just alludes to
Okay?
being sexually
This
assaulted when
mother-
he was younger. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, isn't that part of the lore?
Fucker Mizkiff got his homie Axion to follow me to court
No, that's not what happened.
Based.
and then take
Based
a
alert.
photo of me
Based alert.
leaving
Following people to court. Hell yeah. Based alert.
the trial
Yeah, the
just
thing
so
of
he
kinda-
could have
that is weird.
content for the day. Which reminds me, and this is some real shit, if you think that's the weirdest thing that Miz has ever done, hire a guy to follow me to court to take a photo of me walking out, which, by the way, you can see from that photo that I have one lawyer, Joffrey, and the other one is one of his friends, and then
And then the other guy, he's my janitor, and the other guy
and it was the
holds the
chick who
suitcase.
writes the notes. That's everybody who I had one lawyer, guys. Relax. And then I had my Jew lawyer, but he wasn't involved.
I like how like that's
Why
the
is
big
he-
thing I did is I said he had 5 lawyers and he's
Why is
just
he
gonna
two
hold
lawyers?
on to that.
But no, I used to enjoy hanging out with Mizkiff off
I'm
stream.
not gonna say what race of lawyer. It was a Jewish lawyer. Like,
Him and
what?
playing Mario Tennis. I remember this one time he made me stay at his house, and I couldn't leave his house until I won Mario Tennis, and then he beat me 22 times in a row. And then I said, I'm fucking tired, I'm going home. And I used to take his thumbnails and I used to take his titles. Yeah, no, I enjoyed his game.
Wait, did we fuck up? Maybe we fucked up. Maybe I shouldn't have said those things about Tectone, man. Maybe I went too far. Maybe I went way too far. Or we keep going.
Game shows as well. I would say at a certain point I looked up to Mizkif. I absolutely did.
Tectone, you lied about having schizophrenia for 15 years and used it against everyone around you, including your ex-wife and your ex-girlfriend and probably your current girlfriend, and then you just randomly found out one day that you don't have schizophrenia. And your reason for not taking your pills was because you didn't like how it made you feel, and you took fish oil multivitamins instead. This is exactly what I wanted to see, is that I know he's mad.
What's wrong with
And
that?
the way to him not show that he's mad
know,
would have been... This is what Tectone should have done on the stream. He should have went live. He should have said, yeah, I fucked up. Yeah, I know. Made fun of the micro thing. Made fun of some of the stuff that he's allowed to make fun of. Called himself bald and just continued to talk about politics and stuff. But he can't stop himself.
Probably true.
And him
Probably
talking
true.
about me like this, trying to pretend that he's okay with me, it's like, dude, like, I'm not dumb. I know you're fucking mad and you hate my guts and you want me to die. I literally had people tell me what you said in a car on the way home from a water park, which is, you hope I... Like, we're not stupid here, bro. I know your YouTube chat doesn't know anything, and that's why you went live on YouTube, is because they don't know shit. Yeah. But I know everything, Tectone. I know everything you've said and done in the last 2.5 years in Austin,
It's everything.
Texas.
Whoa.
I know what you did. And what's really interesting, chat, is where are the people that were very close to him that have yet to call him out? I'm waiting for that to happen. Where are the streamers that say everything, that care about women, that pretend they care about women, that have gone live saying they care about
Now
women?
he's making it about himself.
Where
Nigga
are those
Chad.
people still not talking
Make it
about
about
Tectone, despite their
yourself.
communities being very linked, talking
Guys,
about
I didn't
Tectone?
abuse it.
I don't
I
understand.
didn't do
He
that.
literally went live and basically admitted to 90% of the things, and if he didn't, it's in the transcripts. Why did those people go after me and talk about me on false allegations on things that were
False
100th of what Tectone was accused of?
I did not try to cover up my friend's sexual assault. Trust, bro. Trust. Still trying to sweep that one under the bus. Jesus.
And that Tectone was proven to do. Why won't they say a single word, but they nonstop attacked me and ruined my life over it?
I have an announcement. I have found such beautiful calmness, such beautiful
beauty.
And I have found the person who I want to live with. So I will say I got engaged about 3 months ago. And next couple months, years, but life is going in a very, very good direction. And I'm very grateful to have such a beautiful person in my life who is, you know, there for me when I really needed it. I got engaged to Shinya. Anyways, I'm not gonna. Come here.
Nuts? What does that mean?
You're watching?
Is that her acronym?
Yeah.
Me and Marissa were both watching.
Yeah, was it a good stream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was curious if you were gonna say something.
Yeah. No, I love this woman more than anything.
God, her voice,
but
bro.
it's gonna be very obvious. And,
Yeah, I thought I'd just come up.
Okay.
Because they were saying Shinya.
Oh my god, I can't believe how right I was. It's insane. Poor Sophia, bro. Run, man. Run. Get out of there. Please, Sophia. No.
Was this lot the best you have, Father?
Oh, that was it? Okay. Well, that was it. Now, the Tectone response, I guess. Mizkif.
Currently, my
or,
favorite
I'm sorry,
content
Mizkif.
creator is
Last
this
one was
guy
I'm
called-
sorry, Tectone. This one is I'm sorry, Mizkif. Okay.
Currently, my favorite
What do
content
we act
creator
like?
is
JF and Mama JF? Nah.
this guy called WestJet. I feel like this guy is one of the funniest motherfuckers on the platform, and he's a bastard. He's and I want to go on record saying that WestJet is a piece of shit. He is. I used to be horrified of this guy because he's and I want to go on record saying that WestJet is a piece of shit.
WestJet? What the fuck is that?
I used to be horrified of this guy because he's so fucking funny. You're never gonna beat him in any argument. You're never gonna expose him for anything. You're never gonna get underneath his skin because he's so fucking charismatic. Anyways, enough dick sucking. WestJet made a video on Mizkif because Mizkif's
bouncing on it, bro.
mad that people aren't mad at me enough. And the reason why, Miz, let me just, break the immersion here for you real quick. The reason why people aren't mad at me is because I didn't fucking do shit. And the reason why people are mad at you is because you're just unbearable. Nobody likes you, bro.
I mean, yeah,
like
true.
That's the reality,
True.
bro.
That's
Like,
pretty
Miz,
true.
to break it down for you, the reason why everybody is still on your ass.
The airline? WestJet? I don't think I've ever flown WestJet. I don't think I've heard of that shit. Price of the ring has to be more than the payout for the case. True, SFP7. I don't know if I know what the fuck you're talking about, but...
Because nobody likes your ass! Nobody likes your ass! You suck! You're a bitch!
Says
you
you.
just bitch and
Says
whine
you.
and moan. You treat people like
Says you.
NPCs. Straight up, you go, dude, do you see how many fucking videos, how many fucking views I got of this
That
shit,
is
dude?
pretty true.
And it's like,
He
bro,
does
now
do
you
that.
get like 5. I can count on my fingers how many views you get now. You have this many. Nobody likes your ass, bro. And the other thing is that you need to be liked while treating people like shit. Just get a grip, let go, masturbate. You'll feel better, brother.
Because this guy's channel runs on hatred. So he already wants this community, and we'll see the comments that just, the Miskif files are getting worse, the Miskif files just got worse,
Oh my
Miskif
God,
files go
cat.
crazy, the Miskif just got sued, Emerald Asmongold,
Just
Emerald just
wanted
dropped
me
Miskif
head
files.
ass. Wait, what? You guys are... What? You're announcing your engagement while talking about losing queries about sexual assault. Oh, I see.
For the unemployed, Miskif is angry.
It's late.
The greatest photo of
Almost
Miskif
1
I've ever seen. Bro, say what you want about Miskif. Bro, those lips gotta be able to do some crazy shit. That's all I'm saying. Dude.
Yeah, this guy's gay. This is the...
Dude.
This
is,
yeah, he's gay. He's gay.
I believe this is public
gay.
record. Miskif sucked a trans person dick once. I remember
What?
that. He told me the dick tasted like avocado. Bro, you know his head game was crazy. Bro, look at those fucking lips.
What the fuck am I watching, bro? Is this just every MAGA person? Is that what it is? They're all just fucking... This isn't even in the closet. I shouldn't even say that. This is not in the closet. What the fuck? Listen, can you not see when the message replying to someone else? Not on my multi-chat. If I had Kick open, probably. But it's looking a transparent closet. Yeah, the door's open, bro. Like, the door's right open. Like, I don't even,
God
I
damn,
don't even
bro.
know.
Bro's looking like Mr. Popo from Dragon Ball. Like, that is insane. Bro, giving the anyways.
But what did I do? Anyway, Miskif, bro admitted to...
Brings me up. He's bringing me up again. Why? Because he wants his chat and his community to attack me because they...
It's because you're just a fucking... You're a bitch. You're miserable. Oh. Miserable. Oh, look at that.
Miserable. Oh my god.
Because this guy's channel runs on hatred. This guy's channel runs on hatred.
He said it.
I would like to say that I think WestJet's channel is great. I don't think he runs on hatred by any means. I feel like he runs on happiness and sunshine and
one more
jokes.
Hades
And
run.
even
We'll
more
do one
so,
more.
I would like to say, Miskif, he did compliment your sweater.
Oh.
He did. And don't make me pull...
I'm a deeply closeted gay man. Is that a Norm Macdonald bit? It is, right? Yeah. That's a good one.
the
Classic.
VOD. He said you had a nice
Once I
shirt.
read after this.
Again, the kettle is calling the pot black. Look at your last 8 videos.
Runs on hatred.
Get a load of this guy. Firstly, our
Get a
channel
load
runs
of this
strictly on
guy.
positivity. You know, we
Yep.
spread good vibes. We make jokes, you know, albeit sometimes at the expense of others, but
He already wants this community, and we'll see the comments that just are like, wow, Miskif basically is a piece of shit. And he's trying to make people look away from his shit. That's all he wants.
bro, that's not.
Bro, that's what people are already saying, bro. WestJet doesn't have to change the public opinion. That's what
fuck is
motherfuckers
WestJet?
are already saying.
True, and here's proof.
Who
I
is
even
this
said you had
person?
a nice shirt, man.
Am I the
so
retard?
completely unrelated, but that's a pretty cool sweatshirt. Did someone throw?
Yeah, bro, he complimented your shirt. How can you possibly be mad? I feel like you're just hating, bro. And to be fair, I would like to go on record. I too think Miskif had a very cool shirt. I do. It was pretty nice. Okay, so let's all back off Mizzy Wizzy for a little bit, okay?
Well, plus you had him. It ain't
Back
that
off,
serious, man. Just say thank you.
So bad. But Emmy was
I think I
also
fucked up my goal
violent.
already.
She would throw
Fuck it, we're
clothes
trying
and
this again.
plushies at me.
Anyway, just queep up.
She was just
I
people were
hate
never
how
people want to be
I
homeless,
was
but somehow
gone
made it
to
out.
where I couldn't
Yeah.
farm that meta. Bro,
Pretty much.
I
I
cannot,
say that
you
as a
could
streamer.
not waterboard
Yeah, I'm a
me to
part-time
have
streamer,
a
so it
worse
count.
defense than saying my ex-girlfriend was abusive. She threw fucking Kirby at me.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
bro,
I'll give him that one.
I
You
was
know,
dying with that shit, bro. The shit I
That
was
was pretty
saying off
fucking
me,
funny.
man, good times, good time. Hey, it's demon time. demon time, boys. Like he's fucking Ben 10 slapping the fucking omnibus. Like, all right, bro. What
Omnibus?
the fuck
You
was
mean
that?
the Omnitrix? What's this guy talking about? Does he literally know nothing?
Bro actually thought he farmed aura with that, bro. Anyways.
Uploaded a video saying WestJet and Legal Mindset just up really bad. Day for the unemployed.
But you pinned his comment.
How is that a gotcha? Yeah, I pinned this comment. It was funny. He said...
Guys, by the way, the Wi-Fi and the Ethernet from jail, very good. 3 conjugals a week. So tell your mom I'm still interested.
I can't wait to go live from prison. Like, that's a crazy comment. Do you expect me not to pin that?
Despite making...
You gotta see the new one. The new one's even better.
Omnibus just made me unreasonably upset. Yeah, I mean, this guy's just...
Mizkif better not
Like, why even say it at all if you don't know what you're talking about? That's what I'm saying, you know? Like, what's even the point?
Videos about me and others relentless.
I know who you are. Do you? You're an evil rapist.
Already coming at me 15 seconds in the video.
That's pretty true.
You know me well.
Sure.
Takes one to know one.
Oh, I know you. Hit him with the...
Obviously, I
Oh,
don't
it's
think
actually you,
Mizkif is
actually.
a... That was just a joke.
Oh,
you know, I plead the
shit.
fifth. My hands
You
are
got
up.
him.
Of course not.
Owned,
of course
actually.
not. And by the way,
Owned him.
I think I've been very fair. I have also never said that Mizkif, you know, I've never touched the whole SA shit with Mizkif. I've never touched that shit. And to be honest, I never will. Want to know why? Because that's fucking weird. Straight up. Okay? Let the police do their work. I'm not going to say shit about because that's just weird, right? That's just weird. But that's just me. Let's keep going here.
The air. Still don't know who Technote is? He's a former Genshin Impact content creator who lost all of his hair due to stress. Oh, and he's also 42 years old.
Trying to soften the blow by making jokes that he's bald, and that's it.
All right, bro. I always make these jokes, but I guess I'm softening the blow.
Okay. I could react to this whole video, but I'd rather you guys just go watch WestJet's whole video. But I wasn't even thinking about talking about this, but the mere fact, and it's so blatantly obvious to anybody who has eyes, Mizkif is trying so hard. I'm 32, by the way, guys. I'm 32. Mizkif is trying so hard to deflect and distract from his own issues so bad. It's hilarious. And you know what the crazy thing is? It actually worked for a little bit. It worked for like 2-3 days. We're like, wait a minute, Mizkif is cooking. And then they realized, oh wait, everybody who was supporting him was fucking retarded. Legitimately. You know, Miz has become a little bit obsessed with me. And I'm not gonna lie, one of my proudest achievements, I can't believe he actually said this while live, and I'm pretty sure I have the clip bookmarked somewhere. Mizkif said that I am personally responsible for ruining his life. First of all, thank you. You make me blush. I also came. Second of all, no, I fucking did it, man. The reality is, and I've said this multiple times, the only person who ruined your life is you. Because you cannot stop obsessing over this shit. And what's crazy is, you always tell me that I'm the one obsessing. Miz, this whole situation is the pot calling the kettle black. You need to get a grip, you need to lock the fuck in, and you need to just work on yourself. It doesn't matter how many people that you have in the Discords, Paracord and Extracord, and you pay them to harass me and slander me and go after my friends. It doesn't matter that I have documented proof that you worked with Mike from PA and Denims. I've seen all of this shit, Miz. I've seen all of this. I've seen the fact that you also viewbot. I see the fact that you also pay people to get positive PR posts on you, because your online presence is the only thing in this world that matters to you, and you have nothing else when the camera turns off. You need to work on yourself. You need to take time off. You need to heal, brother. You do. You need therapy so fucking bad, it's ridiculous. You need to get a grip. You need to lock the fuck in, and maybe you wouldn't be so fucking miserable if your real life had anything worth going to for, but you have nothing. And that's what sucks. You have the $1 million mansion in LA and you have nothing. It doesn't matter.
Bro, my nose
because
is
these
so
things that you
fucking
have
stuffy.
don't matter. Work on filling your life with things that are more real, more authentic, and take care of yourself, dude. Okay, because Miz, as much as I don't enjoy you as a human being, I want you to at least take care of yourself. And I told you this in video, and I mean this.
This is why you
Get
take
some
care
therapy,
of yourself, bro.
get some help,
Just fucking
find
get a
some
life.
things that ground you. Okay,
So
for real.
cringe.
And when all that's done, okay, and I mean this, Miz, if you go to therapy for 30 days and you can get off the schizo arc,
Says
I
you.
will throw
Says
you a
you.
bone. Okay, I'll do a podcast with you. Okay, and I'll try to help you
Yeah.
get those numbers up.
You got him.
Because I know it's very important to you. So just go get some help, go get some therapy, and maybe we'll collab. I know you begged Sneeko for one and he said no, but you know what? I will
Begged
collab with you
Sneeko
and
for a
we'll start a
collab.
podcast. Okay? I love you very much.
That kick
Take
chat is
care of
just
yourself.
sensitive.
Bye bye.
It's also something about reproducing
Great.
with
That's-
Flack early and a lot of
that's
shit got blocked. It's true. What is it? I am a deeply closeted. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Here it is. That's what I want to see. It's gonna play.
If this was a memoir, if this
Step down.
were a memoir,
Yeah.
I would put juicy things from my own life.
Right. Right.
What?
My own life. If this were a memoir,
Yeah.
I would put juicy things from my own life.
Okay, here we go.
Right. Right. Like what kind of things would you put in there that nobody knows?
Well, I guess the biggest thing that nobody knows about me is I'm a deeply closeted gay man.
What? I mean, that's.
You heard him.
I mean, that's. You're a gay man.
I'm not gay. I said I'm deeply closeted.
What?
I'm as
Wait.
straight as an arrow.
So you're a
Said
gay
it.
man who won't admit it.
No. Do you know what deeply closeted means?
Yeah.
It means a man who will not acknowledge that he's gay.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, I'm not gay.
I mean,
I got a wife.
It's airtight.
I just got married because I thought go through that charade, keep appearances up.
Oh yeah.
That's the kind of thing you'd tell if this were a memoir.
Yeah,
If this were a memoir,
Right.
if
I'm going off the dome with this one, so I apologize. I'm going off the dome with this one, so I apologize. But this might feel like something that doesn't need to be explained. But trust me, it actually does. And that's for two reasons, actually. Number one, you actually don't understand why coal is so bad. Like, you've got pieces of it, but I promise you, unless you're like in the biz, you do not understand why coal is such a terrible way to electrify a country. Now, it was great when it was the only option, but it isn't anymore, and we've got amazing technologies now, even in the fossil fuel space, that far outpace coal's effectiveness for a bunch of different reasons. But the second reason this needs to be said is because the discoursocracy that now runs my entire country, it's very dumb, but no one talks about why it's very dumb, because the people who think that coal is dumb don't need to be convinced beyond, like, it's bad for the climate and the air. But the people who think that coal isn't dumb, the ones who think that it might be an important part of the future electricity mix of our nation, those people aren't being hit with the arguments that would actually convince them, because the people who talk to them have no interest in telling them how dumb coal is. So in this video, you're gonna notice a pretty surprising lack of conversation about the climate, because everybody knows that coal is bad when it comes to putting a lot of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere that will be there for a very long time. And there's basically no way to get it out. Now, is there a way to get it out? I hope so. I hope someday. that will figure out a cost-effective way to remove carbon dioxide from the air. Right now, we do not have that. I've been working for over a year on a video script that's about all of the different ways that we could remove carbon from the atmosphere that is already there, but much easier is keeping it from getting into the atmosphere in the first place.
Fuck, I was muted. I was responding to Last Stand. I do not have a Fuck Us browser. I just use picture-in-picture so that it looks right on the overlay, and so it looks that way. That's all.
Coal is an amazing and extremely cost-effective way to do that. So to everybody, including myself, who's sort of focused on like fossil fuels should not be used at all, we should be moving past them almost entirely, this video is kind of not for you. Will it reach anyone else? I don't know. But let's talk real quick about why coal is a bad way to create electricity, and we're going to start with the biggest reason, which is the combined cycle gas turbine, which you can't use with coal. So probably the picture you have of a power plant in your head is the way that a coal-fired power plant works. So there's a fire under a boiler, and that boiler then boils water, and then that water goes through a turbine, that steam. It takes up way more space than the water does before it boiled. So there's all this pressure, and then that pressure passes over this basically extraordinarily complex fan that then spins, and then on the other side, you recondense the steam, and that further sucks all that pressure down through the spinning fan, and that's what generates electricity. The spinning fan.
Thanks, Ella Stewart, for dropping the follow. Appreciate it.
And then spins a generator. That's how it works. And that's how like pretty much every power plant worked for a really long time. But now, most fossil fuel power plants built in the US are combined cycle gas turbines. And they have, get this, a combined cycle. What is...
Don't believe you. Rule 1 of surviving Tamriel is being extremely distrustful of grayskins. What is Tamriel? Am I retarded? Oh, fucking Skyrim shit. I don't know Skyrim shit. I'm bad, bro. This is D&D, not fucking Skyrim. Do you like play any other games? Yeah, let's do it. I play lots of games. What else have I played on stream? Played Zelda, Mario Kart, played lots of shit.
Is the combined cycle. They have two different generators in them. So one thing that happens when you burn something is you get heat. Another thing that happens is you get pressure. So when you burn coal, the carbon dioxide and water and other gases that come off of that take up a lot more space than the coal does. And that actually creates pressure. And for a coal-fired power plant, that's just vented. That's what comes out of the smokestack. You do not capture the energy of the expansion of volume of the coal to a gas. You cannot do that because coal is a terrible fuel. It's got a bunch of other stuff in it, and if you tried to do it, it would totally corrode the giant, expensive, fancy fan that you would be using to capture that energy. There's all these particles, there's all this acid. It would just completely destroy it in a matter of months. But what if you could burn a fossil fuel that's ultra pure? In that case, the only thing that you get when you burn that ultra pure fuel is water vapor and carbon dioxide. And those are actually two fairly stable molecules.
No, but I'm going to be trying to soon-ish. TM. We'll see.
Molecules even at high temperatures. So what you can do when you burn a very pure fuel, like for example, methane, this is what methane looks like. It is the simplest organic compound. And when I say organic, I mean carbon-based, not created by life, though in this case it was at one point created by life, which was bacteria breaking down organic matter, and then it was captured under rocks in the earth, and then we got it out, and then we burned it. So we burned this methane, which we also call natural gas. That's sort of like the pretty term for it. It's just natural gas, but it's methane. You burn this methane, and all you get is water vapor and carbon dioxide, and so you can capture the expansion of...
Playing Minecraft earlier today, spent half an hour rerolling a librarian villager for a mending trade. No, that's how it goes usually. Alistair, nice, you have great potential. By the way, where are you from? Nice. I'm American. Oh, Stuart. I don't really get that specific. I just met you.
Volume that goes from the methane, which takes up less space, to these new gases that take up way more space, and they're going to blast over this fan, and that's going to create electricity. But then also you get the heat. You still get the heat. So that exhaust is super hot. And then they run that exhaust basically through a boiler, and that again boils some water. Then that steam passes over a second fan. And actually these two fans are connected together. And because you capture energy twice, you capture both the heat and the expansion of the combustion. You capture way more of the energy of the fossil fuel. So you get more energy per unit of fuel you use. Now, there's a world where economically it would still be better to burn coal if coal were way cheaper than natural gas. But coal isn't way cheaper than natural gas, especially in America, because we are like the world's leader in the technology for how to get natural gas out of the ground. So the combined cycle gas turbine, the fact that you could just get way more energy per unit of fuel, is the #1 reason why natural gas is far superior to coal as a fuel. Now also you get less carbon dioxide per unit of energy. That's important to me. You don't get no carbon dioxide though. And also very importantly, methane is a very potent greenhouse gas. Along the entire supply chain of getting methane from the ground to the power plant, there's lots of little leaks, and those little leaks release the methane, and they add substantially to the warming of the planet. So that's a way that natural gas is not good. Now we can and are working hard to get rid of methane leaks because they're bad. Like, they're a waste of methane, if nothing else. But you do generally want very badly for methane to not escape into the atmosphere, which is why you see flares. So whenever you see a flare at a chemical plant or at a landfill or at a water treatment plant, that's because there's methane being produced and they're flaring it to turn it into carbon dioxide, because methane itself is much more potent as a greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. But this is not the only reason. For the exact same reason that coal cannot be used in a combined cycle plant, because there's all these emissions, there's all these like things that are not pure gases that are going through the turbine. Those things also get released into the atmosphere, or if they don't, they get captured on the way out of the power plant by scrubbers, and then that produces a great deal of very toxic industrial waste that contains mercury, it contains lead, it contains radioactive waste, it contains all kinds of terrible stuff that if you put it on your skin, you'd get cancer. And some of that stuff isn't getting captured. It's getting into the air, it's getting into our lungs, it's getting into our fish. Like, you hear that tuna has mercury in it. Do you think that tuna naturally has mercury in it? No. Tuna has mercury in it because we burned mercury-containing coal. It went into the atmosphere, got absorbed into the ocean, got absorbed by plankton, got eaten by fish, got eaten by other fish, and then got eaten by tuna. That's where the mercury in fish comes from. Coal is a bad fuel. Also, by the way, I should say that this video is brought to you by EcoGeek Eco-Friendly Cleaning Products. This is a thing that I do over at Good.Store. In fact, let me pop open my screen recorder right now. You can see everything that we got going on, but I can also take you over to EcoGeek. We work with amazing brands like Meliora and like Sheets Laundry Club. We work with the Green Llama people. It's a bunch of good stuff that works very well, but it's also designed to not have a lot of packaging. And so instead of like going to the store and buying something that contains a bunch of water with stuff dissolved in it, we just send you the stuff that you could dissolve in water yourself. And that also means that it's super cheap and you can use your own reusable bottles, or we will sell you reusable bottles. I will say our reusable bottles, I'm looking right now, are currently sold out. So, sorry about that. Basically, what I'm telling you is it's good for like 1,000 different reasons. But among them also is everything that you buy at Good.Store, 100% of the profit gets donated to charity. And now you might be asking, then how can they afford to pay you, Hank, to do an advertisement for them? They don't. I started it because I was interested in whether or not you could run a company that donates all of its profit to charity. There I am on the website wearing some overalls. Who gave me overalls? No, it's an apron. That's an apron. Sorry. So yeah, check it out. We've got dishwashing. We've got laundry. We've also got Sunbasin soap, which is more your hand soaps, your body soap, your shampoo, and also a lovely Woodwick candle here. And look, while you're at Good.Store looking at EcoGeek, you might as well look at some other stuff. Because again, there's a ton of people working very hard to make sure that we have the highest quality possible product, that we're selling them at a good price. So check it out.
It's on a
now back to the video. That's not even the end of why coal is bad. So if you are an engineer and you're dealing with moving stuff around, you vastly would prefer a liquid or a gas to a solid. Solids suck. They create dust. That dust can be dangerous. You have to have conveyor belts. You put them in train cars. You have to move them around. You can't put them in pipes. Solids don't move through pipes. So anyone working in the fossil fuel industry already would prefer working with gases and liquids, which is why everybody prefers gas. It's just better. Now, the technology is harder. Like a combined cycle gas turbine requires a lot more engineering ability. You have to be better at being an engineer to build one than to build a coal-fired power plant. But listen to me when I say this. America's good at that part. Like, we have lots of extraordinarily talented engineers. We can do that part, but we have not yet reached the end of the conversation here. There's another big reason why coal is dumb. Because power is really dependent on just the temperature of the fuel. It takes a long time to get the boiler up to the temperature that you want it to be at, and you cannot easily like decrease and increase the temperature a bunch, because one, that will stress the boiler, and like long term you create too much wear and tear on the power plant. You don't want to do that. But also, it just takes a long time to bring the temperature up to the optimal temperature of the power plant. So coal-fired power plants run at pretty much the same temperature all of the time. And for a while, for a lot of electricity, that was kind of fine because we were using a lot of electricity at night, particularly because lighting required a lot of electricity, and now lighting doesn't require a lot of electricity. We have figured out how to make light much more efficiently, and so the power use drops really low at nighttime, and coal-fired power plants have to create power during that time, and we don't have as many things around to absorb that power, and so a coal-fired power plant becomes even more inefficient because it is creating power at times when we don't need it. So you're burning fuel and releasing carbon dioxide and spending money and running this thing 24 hours a day, even though the product is not needed 24 hours a day. Like, the coal-fired power plant has to create the right amount for the daytime, and then it just has to keep producing that same amount all of the time. It's very dumb. And that means a bunch of waste all along the way. Like, you're producing more pollutants, you're producing more industrial waste, you're consuming more fuel, you are warming the climate more than you otherwise would be. So coal is dumb for all of those reasons, but you're also consuming more water. Because, and this is crazy, coal-fired power plants consume way more water per megawatt produced than combined cycle gas turbines. Now, this is weird that I'm spending so much time throwing my weight behind a technology that I think needs to be retired fairly soon, which is the combined cycle gas turbine. That's also bad. And I do think that 20, 30 years from now, we're going to start retiring all of these combined cycle gas turbine plants that we created because solar and batteries will be so cheap. This video really is about the ridiculousness of saying that coal might be a thing that will happen again, and it just won't be, because I'm going to now explain to you why coal-fired power, and this is going to be a weird one, why coal-fired power plants consume so much more water than combined cycle gas turbines. So with a coal-fired power plant, 100% of the electricity is made by heat. And so you have to absorb all of that heat. You don't just have to boil the water, you have to recondense it. Because when the steam turns back into water, it takes up way less space. And so on one side, you are making it take up way more space, and that's pushing it through the turbine. On the other side, you're making it take up way less space, and that's sucking it through the turbine. And some people say turbine, and that's fine. I was earlier saying fan, because we all know what fan is,
yeah, it is turbine.
And it's not sometimes pronounced fin. And so all of the power from the coal-fired power plant relies on you being able to recondense that steam. And what that requires is pulling a lot of water out of lakes and rivers and the ocean and evaporating it. And when it comes to the ocean, you might think this isn't that big of a deal.
Gas is something I've never heard before. You never heard
that water isn't
gas
going to
last
go downstream and be maybe used in a
Look at this guy, never heard of combined cycle gas.
Or in agriculture. But there are environmental concerns, and you evaporate a bunch of water to cool down steam. You end up with ultra saline water, lots of salt. If you dump that back in the ocean, that's going to create areas where not as many things can live. Fisheries don't like that. People don't like that. People don't like dead stuff. People don't like areas of the ocean where only bacteria can live. And this is accounted for. They try hard to not have a huge impact, but a lot of that water is evaporating. You are increasing the salinity and the temperature of the area. Basically, because the coal-fired power plant produces 100% of its energy from heat, 100% of its energy requires cooling. Whereas a combined cycle gas turbine, maybe a third of its energy comes from the heat, so a third of its energy requires water. So from the get-go, a combined cycle gas turbine is using a third of the water. But then also, because of that, a bunch of strategies for using less water.
It's just like a turbine, the thing that people wrap their heads in. Yeah.
Become more palatable. So if you want to air cool instead of water cool a coal-fired power plant, that just raises the price too much because of the inefficiency created by air cooling. Because only a third of the energy produced by a combined cycle gas turbine plant is created by the heat, finding other ways that don't consume a lot of water to cool the steam down after it passes through the turbine, even if there's some efficiency lost there, it's not as big of a deal. It's as third of a big of a deal. So not only do combined cycle gas turbine plants consume a third less water, oftentimes they consume a fifth or a tenth as much water because they can cool down the steam in ways that don't require water at all. So you can build them in places that aren't right on a river or right on a lake or right on the ocean. This is a weird thing to be talking about because everybody in the fossil fuel industry understands that combined cycle gas turbine is just a way better technology than coal-fired power plants. Everybody knows that. Nobody talks about this on the left because it sounds like now I'm in favor of burning methane, which I'm not. I think we should never build another gas turbine plant ever again. But I know that we will never build another coal-fired power plant again because the technology sucks. It's bad. I've just explained to you a bunch of
just
reasons
bad,
why it's
bro.
bad,
Just don't
but I
do it.
shouldn't need to. It's like explaining to you why you shouldn't hit your hand with a hammer by talking about like the tensile strength of bones and how your neurons work.
I mean,
No,
yeah,
we
true.
don't need to have
That's how
that
you would do it.
conversation. It's obviously bad to hit your hand with a hammer. It's
I mean,
obviously
obvious to
bad
you.
to keep coal-fired power plants operational. It's
obvious to
obviously
everybody.
bad to build a new one, which is why we're never going to build another new one and haven't since 2013. This
I
is
know what it is,
obvious.
just 'cause
There
saying
is
gives me sore
only
vibes. I get
one
ya.
way
Here,
you
I-
could be in
I see what
favor
you-
of
now you
coal
say it.
as a technology, and it is because you have been forced by cable news and internet discourse to
Cable
think that
news.
anything that was different than the way things were done in 1985 is woke. Being pro-coal in 2025
woke.
is only possible if the government is run by discourse. To me, this is one of the clearest examples of the fact that we are currently living in a discourseocracy. It really does feel like this
We are in a
country right now,
discourseocracy.
and I'm not
It's
saying
true.
that this is even partisan. Like if you are a critic of the left, and I'm not, and so I don't see this as easily, but I'm sure you see lots of ways that this is also true of leaders on the left. We need very desperately to have policies that have some amount of allegiance to the truth rather than allegiance to the discourse.
Yeah.
And I just think we have completely lost the plot. Truth exists.
Everybody
It
else think we've
exists. It's
lost
a
the
real
plot?
thing. Expertise exists. It's a real thing. There are people who run power plants. There are people who build grids. The power just
God, I'm taking
keeps
so much
being
damage
on.
from fucking effort
And that's
bending.
amazing. And there's so much bad leadership going on that does not recognize that at all. That can imagine nothing except through the lens of zero-sum conflict, where not just every choice, but every belief has to be about hurting your enemy. And if it requires you to believe something absolutely ludicrous and completely unsupportable in order to go
right.
after your enemies, that's obviously what you should do. And the fact is, this is the thing that I have to accept, it works. And so I have to understand that it works, and I have to appreciate
Got
the
it.
salience here. I have to appreciate there is something
The
that is landing about
salience,
this. for
okay.
people. And so it is
Using
worth saying,
washwords now.
coal is a dumb technology. It's dumb in the way that
is dumb.
incandescent light bulbs were dumb technology. You just pass a bunch of current through a wire and it gets so hot that it glows. That's dumb. Now, it was a
That's
lot
pretty
better
dumb.
than burning whale oil, which was an even dumber technology. But now we have less dumb technology. And now I'm lit by lights where I can change the color temperature on a slider on my computer. That's not something that incandescent lights could do. Like, you didn't even know I was
Can't do
doing
that.
I got a light
It's
over
true.
here too.
You ever tried to
And
do
at
that
this
with an
point, you can
incandescent
change
light bulb?
colors
Can't do it.
with a touch of
Doesn't
a
work.
finger. I can have it be white light. I can have it be red. Man, it's almost like that's a less dumb technology, and we
is
should
less
be
dumb.
using, I don't know, get this, better technologies. Let's play connections.
Oh.
Hero, butterfly, belt,
Connections.
fancy, glitter, fantasy, star, media, daydream, worker, principal, pom-pom, security, lead, or lead, pipe cleaner, illusion. Fancy and fantasy, that's is a kind of an unusual definition of fancy, but a fancy, like a flight of fancy, which is like a fantasy, which is like an illusion, which is like a daydream, maybe? Illusion is not quite like those. Those things are all like things that you know are fake, whereas an illusion tends to be something that you don't realize is fake. And you're like, that was an illusion. Not like, I'm currently having an
So Green believes
illusion. That
extras
feels like a
exist?
group,
Appeal to
maybe.
authority
I don't
much?
see
I
another
mean,
one in there.
basically,
We've got
that's what I
worker.
got from this video.
We've got lead or lead.
Appeal to
Lead
authority.
lead. We got
Strong
media, we got
fallacy.
pom-pom, we got star, we got hero, and we got
Saw
star,
what
and we
he's
got
doing.
lead. So that's like the main person, the one in charge. Who else? The principal. That's also a person who's like the one, like the main person. That's what principal means. It means the main person. And that's how you end up with like the principal of the school, and also the principal of a loan. I don't actually know how that fits in there. It's really, really cruel of English to
Well,
have created
principal
these two
means
words
first, not necessarily
and have them
main.
be spelled differently. Like,
Be both,
just
but
have them be spelled the
it's
same.
first.
I'm sorry. And honestly, affect and effect also. Just have it be one way, have them mean all the things. You can mean more things, but that also seems
God,
like a
kill
thing to
me.
me. And then we got,
Fucking
what do we got left? And then we have
shit.
security, media, worker. So that's like badges. Like you'd have a badge, like your security badge, or your like. It's like access to a place. So a worker or the media or security would all have access. Would that also be true for the hero, for the star? The star
Dionysus
could
time.
also have access, but that's already in a
always have
category.
Bible on
Belt.
that. And green slop feels really good after getting to watch the Steam Tectone.
We've got glitter, and this is like, and pipe cleaner. This is like supplies for an elementary schooler's project. Is what that is. And that leaves us with security media worker. So
like, come on,
good. Butterfly. That's not. You don't get special access as a butterfly. Security media worker and butterfly.
It's only good because you're actually learning something.
Well, it's feeling good about it until that happened. That seems wrong. That seems wrong. What? What did I miss? Is there a way that butterfly fits in this category?
Yeah.
No, butterfly doesn't fit in any of these categories. So now I feel like I'm wrong about it being like an access thing. Butterfly is not illusion. Butterfly is not pom-pom. Butterfly is not a star. So yeah, this is the category. I just don't know what it is. So, worker. B, media B, media, social security, social worker, social butterfly. All right, everybody.
Oh, hey, he did it.
Killing it. That's probably the purple. It is. Great. Wonderful. That wasn't hard. And then probably this one next, pom-pom, glitter, felt. If you don't know what a pom-pom is in this context, then you do not have a child. But they're those like little, like
things.
Not like, but like these little guys, Let's see it on pipe cleaner.
I mean,
and then next one, fancy, fantasy, illusion, daydream. That seems like a little harder than Star Lead Hero Principle. But I was wrong, and it was the yellow, but whatever, we got it all right. And we got purple first, so that's a win for me. Thanks, everybody. Sorry I got mad there at the end.
Damn. Okay. Alright, what else do we got? What else is there to watch? It's probably my last run of Hades, so probably when I finish the run, I'll end stream. It's late, and I do have to sleep, and I'm fucking tired because I only got like fucking 3 hours sleep last night. And I should probably sleep more than that tonight. What else we got? Anything good in the recommended? Whale hunting was absolutely crazy. Night shift, Kurzgesagt After Dark. New Kurzgesagt channel?
There she blows! Over there!
This is just like it.
The scream cuts through the salty air as your ship transforms into a war machine. 3 fragile boats are lowered into the waves, each packed with 6 men. You're on a hunt, and your sweaty hands clench the harpoon. An enormous shadow bursts through the waves. It rises above you and comes crashing down towards the boat. But you're not hunting for food. You're risking your life for a liquid treasure worth $200,000. Whale oil, trapped inside the largest animals to ever live.
Wow. Like a
ancient sea masters. Nobody really knows how humans first got the idea of battling whales. Probably ancient coastal people stumbled upon whales stranded ashore. To them, these titans were rare treasure chests overflowing with meat to eat and bones to craft into tools. Refusing to leave such fortune to chance, they paddled out and tried their luck.
Oh, that's why.
Towards the 8th century, whaling turns commercial. Along the Bay of Biscay, the Basques build stone watchtowers. The moment a dark shape breaks the surface, signal fires blaze and drums thunder across the coast. Men shove small boats into the waves, armed with hand-thrown harpoons. Their target is the North Atlantic right whale, an 18-meter and 90-ton gentle giant who's gloriously slow and prefers coastal waters. While most whales sink when they die, right whales stay afloat. The right whale to hunt. Their massive mouths contain hundreds of baleen plates, bristly sieves made from keratin. It's the plastic of its time, shapeable into anything from baskets to corset stays and armor. The expensive meat makes up 1/3 of a whale's weight, while half of it is blubber, a thick, oily shield that hides the real prize. When heated, the blubber can be rendered into precious whale oil. It's the Swiss Army knife of early industry. It lubricates machinery, waterproofs ships when mixed with tar, and helps make soap and paint. But most importantly, whale oil burns brighter and cleaner than anything else available at the time. The Basques turn whaling into a finely tuned enterprise. They improve equipment, perfect the art of processing whales, and flood Europe with whale products, while other nations watch with envy. By the 17th century, the English and Dutch launched their own whaling fleets. They hire Basque consultants, and soon the secrets of whale hunting spread across European powers and into their colonies. Americans hijack whaling. Life in colonial New England is as harsh as its winters and stony soil. But in the Atlantic, enormous shadows glide along the coast as right whales follow their migratory routes. And the settlers know the old world pays handsomely for such treasures. Shore whaling becomes their first get-rich-quick scheme. A single good-sized whale earns each crew member as much as a land-based worker makes in 6 months. But it's unpredictable. Some years, a crew kills 100 whales. Other years drag on for months without a catch. Still, whaling becomes a valuable source of trade. Meanwhile, London is swelling into one of the world's great metropolises. And by the 1740s, 15,000 street lamps burn with colonial whale oil there. It takes half a whale per night to turn London's dark streets into a flickering sea of light. But just like the Basques had learned centuries earlier, the right whales near shore become scarcer with each passing year, just as demand is exploding. Around this time, a whaling boat is swept far offshore outside Nantucket. Hours drag on in uncertainty until finally the crew brings down a new kind of giant, the 18-meter, 45-ton sperm whale. In their heads, these leviathans carry nearly 2,000 liters of spermaceti, the highest quality oil on the planet. Milky gold, and so pure it burns without smoke. Sperm whales become the ultimate prize monsters. A single large sperm whale can yield oil worth around $200,000 today. That's a fortune in the 1850s and 2 to 3 times more valuable than right whale oil. 1 barrel can buy you almost 3 acres of farmland. Then again, outfitting a whaling expedition costs $30,000, 10 times more than an average farm. A third of voyages lose money and some never return. But getting smashed by furious whales is what truly makes sailors' blood run cold. The hunt. Before we tackle the beast, let's briefly interrupt ourselves and shout out to our great sponsor, Odoo. Odoo is an all-in-one management software that offers more than 45 applications designed to help you run your business every day. From home, no sharp knives or danger to life necessary. You can, for example, manage your projects, create a website, send invoices. All your applications are centralized on one single platform. No more switching between different softwares. Plus, all the apps communicate with one another, your work just flows, and you get more done. When you're ready to scale up, Odoo adapts to your needs, and you can simply add applications. You get access to all available applications, starting at $24.90 a month. With Odoo, you can stay flexible and focus on what you love most, your business. Just try it out. The link is in the description. We'll wait, but don't take too long. The hunt is about to begin. The planks groan as your shipmates strain at their oars, rowing straight towards the beast. The plan is simple and absolutely insane. Row close enough to touch this monster, hurl a harpoon into its flesh, and hope it doesn't take it personally. You recognize the creature from its scars, and it remembers you. The harpoon bites deep into blubber.
Holy fuck.
The whale turns into pure, terrified rage. Your boat lurches forwards like you've been hitched to a steam engine, spray blinding you as you're dragged across the ocean in what whalers call a Nantucket sleigh ride. It goes on for an hour, then 4. Your knuckles are white, gripping the gunwale as waves crash over the bow. The men pray and curse. 8 hours into the hunt, your exhausted eyes lose focus. The ropes lash across the deck like they're alive. Someone's leg gets caught and they're yanked into the ocean, swallowed by the waves. You hope it's quick. Sailors tell stories of other whales rushing in to defend their kin, dragging men down where lungs are crushed like tin cans. But you're still here, and the whale is finally slowing, exhausted from pulling your floating death trap across the ocean. Now comes the killing. You have to get close to stab this giant with a 3-meter lance, going for the massive lungs or heart.
Jesus Christ.
Blood starts flowing from the spout like a crimson geyser, but the whale is still fighting. 15 blows later, you find the mark. The whale starts swimming in tighter and tighter circles, vomiting half-digested squid, until it finally rolls over in a spreading pool of gore. And you're barely getting started. The floating factory. You tow the enormous carcass back to the ship, where the crew slams down chains to secure their prize. The ship creaks as the dead giant bobs in the swells beside you. Now, the butchery can begin. It takes days to process 45 tons of dead whale into liquid money. You leap across the blood-slick blubber to axe through the thick flesh of the head. Within lies the spermaceti chamber, the vault of the most precious whale oil. Then you help peel away the blubber, 20 centimeters thick and tough as leather. You cut 2-meter wide blanket pieces, weighing a ton, and hold them up with pulleys that strain the ship's masts. Your ship lurches as you cut it free to release the weight. Next comes the rendering. You fire up the dry
I guess you would have to
brick
butcher it to
furnaces
get it on the
built
ship.
right on the wooden deck. In
thought about
massive
that.
iron pots,
I'm sure I
the
thought
blubber
about
gets
it at some
boiled
point,
down
but-
into oil. The smoke
Yeah.
is so thick you
Just
can
how you can
barely
just
breathe.
tow it behind you.
They say you can smell a whaling ship from 30 kilometers away. Burning tar, rotting
Yeah,
flesh,
of course.
and the stink of death. The work continues around the clock. Sharks are drawn by the bloody waste you're dumping overboard.
remember that one.
Men slip on the greasy decks and break bones,
all this
get
knowledge I
crushed
know
by
is
swinging
from
chunks
Moby
of blubber,
A
or
great book.
scalded by boiling oil. It may be one of the most gruesome jobs in existence. The stench, the blood, the endless toil, it wears you down fast. Most who sign on quickly regret it. Nearly a third end up deserting. You are holding on to the dream of coming home rich, but the odds aren't great.
Probably not happening.
The business
So you just
of
took the
blood.
wheel to shore and dedicated
When it's all
butchers
over, the
dismantled
ship
the wheel.
returns with
Yeah, but you
dozens of
can't. Like, how
barrels
can
of-
you tell him? Like, if you're in the middle of the fucking Atlantic, like, how are you just towing that all the way? Like, it would just sink at some point. No, probably. Like, you gotta get pieces of it onto, like, in big chunks. But you gotta take it that way. I bet. Like, it'd just be fucked by the time you got there if you didn't do that.
of the finest oil on Earth. By the 1850s, whaling has become the 5th biggest
Why-
industry in the US, with
What-
700
what is the-
whaling ships, 3/4 of the
Okay.
world's fleet, employing 70,000
annoying to
people.
take.
In 1853 alone, American whalers
No,
kill
I
over
missed the
8,000
thing away.
whales, making 360,000 barrels
Oh,
of oil
shit.
and
Fishing
almost
time.
$500 million in today's dollars. Voyages grow longer and months turn into years as ships push into the Pacific and Indian Oceans.
Got a
Each
fishing
voyage
game, just
demands
like the
bigger
whale
investments,
hunting,
and
except it's a
whaling turns
little
into a
pupfish.
venture capital industry. Crews work for shares instead of wages, while forced to buy overpriced supplies on credit. Many come home in debt, and a lucky few rise through the ranks. It's the American dream, they say, but it feels like an illusion. The real money flows upwards to
Just
ship
like in
owners
Moby
and
Dick.
merchants. Fishing villages turn into global commercial hubs. In New England, the port of New Bedford rises as one of the richest towns in America. Whaling is unusually diverse for its time, but deeply exploitative. Much of the labor comes from Native Americans and black sailors. Native communities become dependent on
just like
English
in-
goods, while crews
just
of
like in
color
Moby
are
Dick.
pushed into the
Oh, fuck.
hardest and lowest
crazy.
paying work. This pattern of inequality still echoes today. The blood of whales helps fuel the rise of American industrial power.
It would do that, yeah.
The machine age of killing. Until in 1859, a breakthrough changes everything. Steam-powered rigs start commercially pumping petroleum. Suddenly, kerosene, lamp oil refined from crude oil, is cheap and seemingly limitless. Over the following decades, the whaling industry faces dramatic changes. Nantucket,
Right in
once
the
the heart
face.
of global whaling, sees its last ship limp home in 1870. The age of sail is ending. The age of engine has begun. And it's ushered in by blood. In the 18th and 19th
Yeah.
centuries, 300,000 sperm whales alone were slaughtered. And they still can't catch a break. Although kerosene conquered lighting, whale oil is still one of the best lubricants on Earth. Never freezes, spoils, or quits.
I can beat this
The
guy,
machinery
I'm sure.
powering industrialization needs it, so ironically, petroleum soon increases demand for whale oil. Norwegians seize the opportunity with cheaper labor and new technology. They set up whaling stations on islands at the edge of Antarctica. Hand-thrown spears are gone, and now explosive-tipped harpoons fire from steam-powered catcher boats for instant kills. The fast ships can chase down even blue whales, the largest animals that ever lived. Normally, most dead whales sink, but now air compressors pump them full of gas, so even the biggest ones float like massive buoys. No whale is safe anymore. In the arms race leading up to World War I, whale oil is also used to produce explosives. But the true carnage comes after World War II, when Japan and the Soviet Union also joined the slaughter.
They did a lot of fucking
They called it the Whaling Olympics. The same industrial might that once built tanks and bombers now builds factory ships. The largest one is 210 meters long, capable of processing dozens of whales in a day. In 1964, 82,000 whales are reported killed, the largest animal slaughter by tons in human history.
Yep.
The war we almost won. The ocean couldn't sustain this.
Bro, I think I'm gonna lose. I might just lose.
Whales fall from around 1.5 million to 800,000.
I get to phase 2? Come on, give me a phase 2. Fucking hell, are you serious? Why, man? I don't know if I can do it.
Blue whale populations, which had numbered around 340,000 before industrial whaling, collapsed by 98% to less than 5,000. It isn't until 1975 that the reality of industrial whaling hits the global spotlight. In the North Pacific, environmental activists steered tiny inflatable boats straight between Soviet whaling ships and their targets. The images of fragile human bodies standing in the path of steel harpoons spread like wildfire. Overnight, the public turns against the commercial slaughter. Across America and Europe, people support a new cause, Save the Whales. Finally, the International Whaling Commission votes for a global moratorium.
Okay, come on, lock in. I can do this.
Only Norway, Iceland, and Japan never signed the global ban that takes effect in 1986, basically ending 400 years of industrial whale hunting. It's a different world now. And
it's so over. It's actually so over.
Seems bloody
insane.
And
it's insane how over it is.
But it also lit homes, powered machines, and built the scaffolding of modernity. A staggering and also concerning display of what humanity is capable of.
It was so close. Oh.
The power to reshape the world, with progress and destruction always side by side.
I'm so pissed right now. Actually, so bad.
You sing beautifully, mate.
That was so good. Who saw how close that was? Last end. You saw how close that was. Why did the fucking thing explode on the? Do that.
It's just when I sing this song of hers.
I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I am. I'm mad. I'm upset. I'm upset. Okay, well that was that. I said that was gonna be the last run. It was the last run. And the video ended, so understand half of what's happening on your screen. Yeah, it's a lot. If you don't understand 80s, it looks like just a bunch of shit happening. I can explain more for next time. Yeah, thanks for watching, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. I'll probably stream tomorrow. And yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Alright, see you guys. Good night.